Dear Miss Ferricu, after the attack on the city of Southport by the group known as the Bloodflame Serpents, the Wayward Watch returned home to recover. That is to say, all of them except Aramis, who sent a missive that he would be continuing to hunt down those that dare align themselves with the gang of thugs. I would have let them rest all day, since they had earned a break after all their help, but unfortunately, fate had other plans for them. Alomah had requested I send a missive to Madame Talvain to check in on her after the events of last night. While I was expecting some response of damage to her property, what I received instead was a notification from the messenger that her bookstore had been broken into and the tiefling woman was missing. I immediately sent notice to Alomah and provided him the details. Deciding not to wait for Aramis, the three rushed to the bookstore to investigate. When they arrived, they discovered Wynne, the construct created to assist Madame Talvain, ripped in half and deactivated. While Victor and Alomah went to investigate the rest of the shop in search of the owner and any other evidence, Bolt remained behind to mend them in an effort to restore them to life. While Victor found a carved statue of a treasure chest made of pure mithril, Alomah discovered something horrible. The book he had left with the madam was gone, along with the mage. By the time he convened with the others downstairs and told them of the news, Bolt was just finishing up with Wynne. They spoke urgently, stating that several men in cloaks with golden eyes covering their heads broke in, along with several Edequasin. Wynne fought, but one of them was large enough to knock the mage away with little effort. The last thing they saw was the group subduing Madame Talvain and leaving with her. With no other leads, the party decided to make the trip down to Deepwell, the home of the Edequasin located beneath the Aurelius River. The trip was relatively short, thanks to the magical tunnel the people of Southport created to encourage trade. It was no time at all before they were staring at the beautiful underwater city known as Edequasin. They spoke with several citizens, explaining who they were looking for and who had taken them, and a helpful farmer at the base of the path leading into the city was able to direct them towards an arena called Munga Munga's Fall. Once inside, they spoke with its owner, a member of the Gileoti family that is widely suspected to be involved in many criminal activities, both in Deepwell and beyond. After some convincing, she agreed to sell them the information on where they could find their quarry and even help them travel there. It did cost a favor that Victor will have to pay in the future, but he seems to believe it was worth the trade. The party had since set out for something called the Hallowed, a location outside the city limits. I was informed of their journey before they left, but I have no idea what they have been getting into in the meantime. Your humble servant, Kilobix.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Aneria, the Shattered Realms, episode 12.
Woo!
Yeah. Episode? Session?
Session?
Episode? Session?
Saga.
Yep. The epic saga continues. Yep.
Session pod?
If we were Star Wars, well, we'd be way off the deep end by this point. Depending on your love of Star Wars, I suppose.
Speaking of deep end.
But welcome, everybody, tonight. We are happy to have 3 of 4 members here. I think Dallin is still around here somewhere. The Baleful Polymorph is still in effect. So, yep.
Yeah.
Definitely not an invisibility spell. Yeah. We wish his family a speedy recovery towards... they're not, like, super sick or anything. That makes it sound like they got injured or something like that.
Kids got sick.
Yeah.
Get rid of the Dallin got in a horrible car accident. The whole family did. Oh, my gosh.
But before we begin tonight, have you checked out our streams? They're on Fridays. I would recommend going to check out the one the week after Thanksgiving. What was the date? Can you give me the date for that one?
Sure.
We've got chat. We've got more chat. We've got drawings, paintings of miniatures.
And we've got 25th or
swim
was it
trunks.
the 2nd?
It was the 2nd. Yeah, go check out the one on December 2nd. We came up with a whole new race in Aneria, which is really cool.
New race, yes.
Yeah, and also if you want to see that drawing in its entirety and save it for your own stuff, because you can just save anything off the internet.
It's on our Discord.
It's on our Discord, yes, exactly.
Including the one that was named incorrectly.
Yep, the Dromedon.
Yeah,
you said that. I was like,
dinosaur.
I'm pretty sure that's a dinosaur.
Yeah.
And then, of course, like, comment, subscribe. Helps us out a ton. Spread the word if you like watching our videos and you want to...
Ring the dinger. Sorry. Ring that dinger.
That's
a terrible down.
Better than Shep's.
Bring that dinger if you want.
And then, last but not least, thank you to Syrinscape for the wonderful sound effects and music, like that wonderful mind blast that you might hear tonight.
Now I'm scared.
I do have a headache now.
Mind blast.
Fighting like some
Illithids?
illithids.
Who knows? But we will get into tonight's episode right now.
Right now?
Right now?
Now.
No.
Okay, so last time...
Roll initiative?
Yeah, roll initiative. No, last time we kicked off, or we left off, we're kicking off tonight, just outside of this kind of large ship that almost seems to have a kraken motif to it. You are kind of floating around. The ray has stopped. The manta ray that you and Wynn are riding on has stopped just outside what appears to be a large flat, like expansive landing deck with piles of kind of like junk rubble. Looks like maybe they used to
Kind of
be
just like the seafloor, basically.
sort of. It actually is part of the ship though. Like it is like a big like landing strip, almost like an aircraft carrier style landing strip. And then
I
there
want to
is
get like a better look at this ship.
Okay.
Like, so it's like Kraken-y, like...
Yeah.
Like, does it actually, like if it looks just like a Kraken like I've seen in a book or something like that? Or...
yeah, go ahead and give me a history check. We'll see what Bolt knows. Bolt is learned it. And then there's also a shark weaving its way around you, but it's okay. Mm-hmm. It's just our friendly neighborhood.
I just remember
Kitsune.
in a shark attack, punch it in the nose.
Yep.
Boop, that's new.
Boop the snoot.
That would be a 22.
Booping the snoot works for sharks. Sharks. We're just gonna cut that.
Boop that shark.
It works for sharks.
water, it's
and
kinda hard.
Kitsune is what I was trying to say there, but no.
If someone
Apparently,
sharks near you, boop that snoot.
apparently, I need to go to the bathroom.
That's funny.
So you
Sorry,
said
21.
21. So
No,
yeah,
sorry.
Bolt has been around, and Bolt has spent time in the Astral Sea.
Sure.
And they remember more or less everything at this point. There's still gaps in their knowledge that probably...
Is this what I
might-
suspect? You said octopus, Astral Sea.
What do you think it is?
I have a feeling it's a illithid-ish stuff.
This is a nautiloid. This is an old illithid vessel. And in fact, you can confirm that because you see that written in deep speech on the side is just a single phrase. Does anybody speak deep speech?
Nope.
My other character does.
But I wouldn't be able to see it, so.
Celestial, Common, Dwarvish.
Celestial, Common, Draconic, Druidic, Dwarvish, Elvish.
Lots of D's, but no D's.
Yep.
Speech.
I do have deep speech, but
You are in a ring.
Currently, you hear this. Like having a rave inside the.
There's no
the
rave
gemstone.
going on.
The gemstone
No.
has
No.
little flashes of light.
There's a disco ball
It's not canon.
on the water.
It's a much more respectable place than that.
Yeah. Right now, Victor is doing his portrayal of the
Weeping Swordsman.
Yes,
He's taking a little bit of artistic liberty
Shakespearean
with it.
theater, 100%.
What is that performance check?
that is a 12 plus performance, which is a 2. So that's going to be 14.
It's serviceable. It's hard to do all of the parts all on your own, especially when you're trying to do the fight scenes. You manage it.
Destroy you. And switch to the
Yeah.
other side. Oh no!
You manage it by making your knives look like a spear for when you're fighting one of the opponents, and kind of circling around each other in sort of like a flail style for another.
You have them pick up a bed sheet with one as the head, one as the two arms.
It's very complex, and you've never done it on your own before. But Podrick seems mildly entertained.
I'm also trying not to touch anything other than the floor.
Yep. But yeah, you do see this as an illithid vessel. You've seen a few in the Astral Sea before, but you've never seen one that has this large of a landing deck, right? A flight deck. And in fact, I don't think you've ever seen one this large before at all. This seems more like a battleship rather than the typical nautiloid. Is that what they're called, as nautiloids?
Not yes, I think so.
That's what I would call them. At least from Baldur's Gate 3.
I know, like, I have like 3 other names floating through my head from. So when people make digital files of stuff, they name them slightly different. So not that they're like stealing copyright, but just to avoid it. And there's a couple different running through my head that I'm like, no, it's not that. No, it's not that. It's not that.
Yeah, it's like
It's not Laser Sword. It's not
like the free YouTube music library song that I use for my intro and outro, or at least that I used to on my videos, is called Call of Cthulhu.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Not quite.
That's funny.
It's like I always was like, oh, it's
that the one where the kids
Cthulhu,
go,
but it's like, oh no, it's not.
Is that the one?
No, it's the
Oh,
it's the death metal. It's like
I follow
That's
a
awesome.
Finnish YouTuber. She does like marine biology stuff, and every time she talks about that mythos, she calls it Cthulhu. In her accent, I was like, that's actually pretty fun. Cthulhu.
Yeah. So, for just like a frame of reference, this is like the Forgotten Realms
Got
wiki, Nautiloid ship standard.
I remember that from Baldur's Gate 3 intro movie.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yep. In fact, the next picture is the intro for Baldur's Gate 3. But again, those are actually like fairly like self-contained, almost like a frigate size, and this one does seem a lot more expansive. And you do notice one other thing with your perception check, and that is there's a very clear delineation between the ship itself and the water around it, almost like something is holding the water back.
So when we landed on it, did we get into
You haven't landed on it yet. The ray is kind of like
Okay, we're on our way.
Yeah. It's like stopped outside and just kind of like
It's not going to come in like.
Yeah, it's definitely not moving inward.
I have to take it back up, toss it back in the water. Yeah, so I'll kind of turn back to Wynn and say, I think we need to hop off and walk in.
Agreed.
So I'll go ahead and do that. And then, are you still around?
Yeah, I'll kind of you see this shark kind of like going back and forth, and
Do you
finally
need a lift? I pull out the bolt Bjorn.
he'll just kind of
Put a
give you
shark
that
in there.
steely shark
I
eye
just
look,
pat it. It's soft.
and he'll like jump through the water and like land and just kind of flop around for a minute. And it's gonna take me like a good 30 seconds to like unwild shape.
In my head, you dive in the water, start flopping, and then pop out of wild shape, and you're still flopping,
exactly.
not realizing that you're out.
Yeah, Robo will take a second and like kind of do that little like the dog shake, right,
Yeah.
to get the water off and be like.
Can I walk through it, or is it something I got to swim through?
Well, you have to swim right now because
I have a feeling that Bolt doesn't swim.
Yeah?
Not that they can't. It's
you
just-
probably can like angle.
It's
the
more
ray
like-
to, like all
Sink.
Yeah.
So I get off the ray, and it's like to the ocean floor. Wind probably can, because wind. I don't know what they're made out of.
Nimble.
They're like.
Yeah.
I imagine like a wax figure almost.
Yeah.
You
That would be more Kilobix. There is like a little bit of like almost clayish feel to them, but not entirely that. It's sort of
Like I try to swim, but it doesn't. It just slows my descent basically.
And Wind does. They do get on the ship deck pretty easily. They look over and they go, "Do you need assistance?"
I'll climb up the side of it. I'm coming. Don't worry.
Do you have a towel?
No, I'm afraid not. If I did, it probably would be wet. I do not have
I'll
a
be
fancy bag of
fine.
holding.
I still don't have prestidigitation. I have thaumaturgy. Would that
You
cause
can yell it off.
a wind gust?
Yell it
Wind
off.
gust or fire?
Just yell it off.
Yeah, flames will brighten or flicker. No, it doesn't. Harmless tremors in the ground.
Make your eyes change colors.
I could thunder wave. That will help though.
You flicked too hard.
Too hard.
Actually, I can create bonfire. I'm gonna create a little bonfire.
Right there on the
It's a cantrip. Just kind of right by
whole
myself,
like-
and I'll just be like trying to like dry off my fur.
Yeah, the smoke definitely does like rise up from the bonfire, and it hits that bubble, and it just kind of like creates a tiny little smoke bubble that rises.
There's a bunch
to
of
the
them.
surface. Yeah, there's some fisherman that's out on the middle of the water all of a sudden.
What the?
At least you're not burning all the air in there. It's
River
it's
smoking
recycled,
again.
So.
Pop that.
What is this, Michigan?
Yeah.
Flint? The River Flint? Yep. It's one of the tributaries.
Yeah, and then Bolt does. You pull yourself up onto deck.
Oh, I do have the gust spell. Or the cantrip. Yeah, I could do that too. Just a little air blow dryer.
Alomah, you've got a little fin still on your back. You gotta pull
In fact, by the time you get there, my fur is like,
Yeah.
you like full like Pomeranian. Hold on a sec, guys. Let me just.
oh my god, that was my first shark. I was a little flustered.
How was it? I've always been interested in
To be honest,
people shift.
I felt really bloodthirsty. I almost ate an octopus. Yeah, I don't know that I want to repeat it again.
Have you ever had octopus before?
No, I'm not much of a seafood fan generally. Although now I might have developed a taste for it.
You like snapped at something on your way in.
Yeah.
It was just a goldfish that someone flushed down the toilet. But
It's a giant now.
well,
Would you like to get your other friend out?
Right. Yes.
Oh, here.
Yeah. Thank you. And he'll like slide it on his tail, and then just like kind of give it a tap and be like, "Podrick, if you wouldn't mind, let Victor know that we're
Red
ready."
Rover, send Victor right over.
And thank you.
You get a feeling of warmth and understanding, welcome, because Padre doesn't really communicate face to face,
Right.
like directly to you, unless you're within
Right.
the ring itself.
It's all kind of with feeling.
Yep.
It just vibrates. Zzz, zzz.
Yeah, and you also get the feeling of don't let this happen too often.
Right.
And then there's a kind of a little vibration, and soon enough, it almost looks like a rock tunnel like opens up from the ring itself.
And Victor comes out, but he's wearing like he's like in costume. So you've got like I
The
don't
dashing
know,
swordsman
some
stuff.
sort of
The
like
pink, the pink
like
swordsman
a like
helmet.
the what am I trying to say? Why do I keep pointing to my boobies?
like
I'm thinking like you're
Like,
just like Jasmine.
Oh yeah,
Like Jasmine from
Arabian Night kind of thing.
from Aladdin.
Okay,
Got some fluffy pants.
normal clothes Jasmine, or are we talking Jafar Jasmine here?
Normal clothes.
Okay. You gotta make the distinction.
No.
Two very different Victors could be coming out.
Victor's got to stay PG, I guess.
Yep.
Okay.
And we're all kind of. I'm just like, what were you doing in there? Did you touch anything? I told you not to touch anything.
I touched the
He's
floor.
wiping off his makeup.
It was the performance to pass the time. I was trying to help with the entertainment. So,
how
Podrick
was
was a
it?
very gracious. He is very gracious.
Also, what the hell was all that? Because I don't know if you said anything other than like you like tap on the floor anyway. Yeah, into it. Okay.
Yeah, where'd he go?
Yeah. What was that?
This the Tao that resides in my ring. Have I not told you about
Podrick is quite agreeable.
about my
No,
tale?
we probably should go over our interview process a little bit about when we recruit for Lord Watch to make sure that we
true.
know most of surprises. Everyone's got secrets, obviously, but
That's fair. That's fair. I'll add it to the provisions.
Well, perhaps I can fill you in later.
He did not.
Podrick
speak much.
is a Tao spirit. He and I are bonded. It's kind of a Kitsune thing, but he's a very noble spirit. So I'm glad that
Very nice.
you seemed not to upset him too much.
No.
maybe
enjoyable
one day
time.
we can meet him.
Perhaps Victor has now. He doesn't come out of his ring all that often.
I wouldn't if I had a place like his.
It's a
very
nice place, right? Very
It's very
nice.
very posh.
Now I want to see it. Hey, Podrick. can I
Bolt is
come
going to
in?
research a planar shift spell just so he can go visit Padre.
I'm not sure if you're worthy, but considering, and sorry, I'm trying to think of like a Vision Thor joke here, of like how at the end of, was it Civil War?
Yeah.
When Iron Man and
Age of Ultron.
yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
When Iron Man and whoever else were like, Put the hammer in an elevator. Elevator goes up.
Captain.
Elevator. Is the elevator worthy? Elevator's not worthy.
Captain America was, wasn't he?
Yeah, you're a construct. Sorry. You don't have a butthole. It means that you're not technically worthy.
But that could also work in my favor
that's
if
true.
it's only for organics.
Maybe, perhaps Podrick would allow you in, but I sort of have.
Perhaps he could join us out. Come over for tea one night.
I'll let him know that there's an open invitation.
It would be easy, agreeable. It's a nice place.
I just bring it up because if he is a companion of yours and someone that is in your life, he's always welcome in the Watch.
Thank you.
I will warn you though, if you ever do go in, you leave something behind. So
Let me guess. He asked you for a truth.
he told you.
No, but he is a spirit of truth. That is his.
Oh.
That is his. Let me look at my backstory notes. That is.
Denouement.
That tracks. Then.
That's his MO. That's his. I can't remember. It's his creed. His thing.
He follows the creed.
Now I have to find it.
Insert synonyms for
What wing is he a
creed
part of?
here.
just a scroll.
It's leash carries the ideal. That is. That is his ideal.
Ah,
Truth.
that makes perfect sense. And yes, otherwise it seemed very innocuous, very very nice, enjoyable style. So he was a gracious guest, gracious host.
When you gave up this truth, is it something you can no longer remember?
Can I remember it?
Yeah, you can remember it.
Yeah, yes,
Oh,
I
you just
remember
told,
it.
you just told a secret.
Yes, he seems to share with them something that's important to you.
Now I'm curious.
Yes, so am I.
Podrick would never.
You're right.
His ideal is
Also, no
literally
moment is
truth.
like gone. Ring.
I can only do it once per long rest, so I have to wait.
But now you're waiting with bated breath. Okay. Also, out of character, we had a long discussion last episode about how to get Preston's character through the water.
Right.
Can you tell the people at home what you discovered this episode?
As we sat down just a few minutes ago, and I was like, okay, let me remind myself of everything that my character can do, since it's still fairly new, and I jumped in right at level 12. I kind of forget sometimes, and I'm going through my spell list, and I was like, oh, I have polymorph.
Was that like a 1 hour?
Yeah. Like I could have just
work.
turned him into an eel
Jellyfish.
or a
So-
fish or
so
something.
For everyone at home who thought I was too nice to allow this to happen, it could have just happened with a polymorph.
It's just reflavored
I'm
polymorph.
grateful that we got to meet Podrick and introduce him to.
He got polymorphed into the Weeping Swordsman.
That's true. That's true.
Alrighty. Winces, perhaps we could continue this discussion another time.
Oh, right. We are here for something. This, I don't know if either of you have ever seen one. This is an Illithid ship. Have you ever heard of an Illithid before?
I don't know. Have I heard of an Illithid? Are they of Aneria?
There have not been any reports of mind flayers or illithids in an area.
So
that you
no.
know of.
So,
As
I
far
I
as
can't
legends
imagine that I
go,
would.
there may have been legends about them. As much as there were dragons, I would say
History
it's
check.
disadvantage.
Do,
History
we,
check at disadvantage.
do they need to be healed? Why are they
11.
ill?
Oh,
Why are the
just
Illithids
their
ill?
name. That's just their name.
No, you've never heard of an illithid.
I kind of describe what they are. Like, usually have a bulbous head, squid-like features, no mouth that you can usually see.
Sounds delicious.
I have heard they have. Yeah, after your shark thing.
Yeah, exactly. That's why I was like, sounds delicious.
I think I saw one just outside.
Well, I like stop for a sec. I don't know.
Calamari.
Maybe. Well, if we ever get a chance to try one. Anyway,
They will try to eat your brain.
yes.
They feast on intellect and knowledge.
Yeah, I have
Fortunately,
heard
I have
stories.
a 9 intelligence. It's not much there.
It just means you'll be last.
I've heard stories that they have powers that can affect your perceptions or even move you with their mind.
So
I don't know how true they are. I've never
What's
ran
it
into
be on
any
a
personally.
I hope everyone is planning on making their wisdom saving throws today.
So do
Whatever those are.
do they see us as prey, or they prey on lesser creatures, or?
And what would they be doing here? Do they know we're here? Did we set off any kind of alarm, I wonder?
What, do they breathe air? Or why would they have air here?
They do breathe air, as far as I know.
Also, if
obviously,
there are other cult members here, either working with them or enthralled by them, perhaps air breathing would be required. They do like to keep thralls, mind slaves, that do their bidding for them. At least that's how the legends go.
Yeah,
Interesting.
quite right.
Must undergo some seramorphosis.
After hearing all of this,
Like how
Sounds like the correct word.
that's canon that you know the word seramorphosis, but you're using it in the complete wrong context.
excuse me, that word. I do not think it means what you think it means.
Generally speaking, they prey on pretty much everyone. They consider themselves superior to all.
Upon hearing, in fact, as soon as Wynn talks about how they want to feast on our brains, I'm going to cast Pass Without a Trace.
Okay.
Pass Without Trace, I should say. I always say that wrong. Which will give all of us a +10 to our stealth checks for the next hour.
Sick.
And how does that look for your magic?
So it's almost like you see sort of like this like stardust sort of kind of float down out of the sky and just kind of obscure everything a little bit, like not in a glowy way, right? But almost just in like it sort of makes the light.
Moon shoes.
It's kind of makes the light kind of shift around us a little bit.
That's
like
the jump spell.
Yeah.
almost like think of it like a poor man's like cloaking device.
Yeah.
That you know,
It's like Dr. Who.
Bends the light around.
Yeah.
They look at you, but they don't.
not
So
quite.
is that just
that,
stealth, or
but
does it do any other
just stealth?
Okay.
+10 to stealth. Yep.
+10 to stealth checks.
Well, good. I'm gonna need it with this.
Right. Hopefully, the blessing of Lunera might help hide us from these brain eaters. We ought to take cover somewhere, or see if we can find these cultists. I want my book back.
Well, with the state of this ship, it is in pretty bad shape. Right?
Yeah, it is in disrepair.
It's not like you could just like take off anytime. It's like
Yeah.
hit the thing and there's like a big crack type of a deal.
In fact, there's it's like half buried in the canyon wall that you guys are up against. Again, as you're looking on this deck, there is just a bunch of different, like, they almost look like piles of rubble, but on closer inspection, they almost look like smaller airships. Not quite nautiloids, but almost they almost look squid-like, but most of them are broken down.
Can I do kind of like an investigation to try to maybe determine a rough estimate of how old it is?
Sure.
12.
12. Pre-Aneria. Like pre-shattered Aneria.
Which I kind of came to that conclusion anyway, because if no one's ever seen him here, they probably didn't show up until or before. Well, just keep your eyes peeled, keep your wits about you. Let's see if we can find those cultists. I'm going to go towards the nearest, like, hatch or opening or doorway that we can see that would lead maybe inside. Unless there's something obvious, like, on the deck.
Yeah.
And we're all being stealthy, right?
I mean, besides the various, like, ship debris, that sort of thing that you guys have been kind of looking around. Yeah, I mean, there are maybe about a dozen of those wreckages. And then there is sort of where the large shell of this nautiloid begins. You can see a small little. It's sort of like a door. It almost looks like 9 or 8 metal plates that have closed in sort of a circling spiral,
Like an iris.
Yeah, like an iris. Yep. And there is against the wall there is that same kind of deep speech script. Just kind of plastered against the wall there.
I'll kind of take my... Is it like where I could reach it? So I'll kind of dust it off and see what it says.
It says... part of it was already revealed, and that part said Hallowed. Hallow, not hollow, like they called it earlier. But it is called the... it basically reads the Hallowed Interceptor.
Hallowed Interceptor, like
And this is on
This is some sort of missionary
the big ship itself.
Something. Interceptor. What would they be intercepting?
Anything and everything.
Our brains.
What are they hallowing? Who do they? You're religious, right? What do they worship?
I've never heard of these creatures before.
It seems like
And
if
they're
you're
not
going to
from our
hallow
planet.
something, it would be for someone. Yes.
Yes.
something?
It gives off the impression that this is under some sort of blessing or divine mandate.
Didn't you say something about when the cultists? Who was the person they followed? What was its name? The deep one, the sightless one.
Yeah, it's the sightless one.
I wasn't taking notes at the time.
I
They
was
said
not present.
something about
I-
long live the void.
I think it was the blinded one.
Because I wasn't there. So.
I don't think I wrote that down. I know I said.
I know Dallin
death,
did.
death to the moon, long live the void.
Mhm.
But I don't know if they actually said.
Yeah, it's either the sightless one or the blinded one. I can't remember which specifically.
the blindless one.
I will have to go back to this episode up here to find out. But yeah, so it's either the blinded one or the sightless one is what the cultists were.
Is there a chill that comes over whenever I say it, like saying Voldemort? And everyone goes like, oh, like I shouldn't have said that.
No, you do hear screaming from inside. No.
Oh, okay.
The cult that should not be named.
I see. Hellcloth. We will. Perhaps we will see.
Do we see any? I want to investigate the area and see if I can see any evidence of someone coming through here recently,
Okay.
or any like what direction they might have been going. So that's
Yeah.
a 16 with my investigation of 17.
17. Yeah, you do see that, like, again, most of the deck, like, even though it's in an air bubble, there's still plenty of, like, dust that has broken through and settled down. And there are, other than your footprints, there are footprints that basically come down a nice little clean wet spot where whoever it was flowed in from the water, and then they've moved off towards that kind of iris door.
Does it
that
seem recent,
you saw?
or like it's drying?
It's dry by this point, but it's definitely like
The board
you
just
can still
kind
see
of-
like you can still see like the little bit of dampness that shows that it has only been like several hours.
You know when you like drip sand on something and they kind of do little like craters and then they dry and you can still see them.
Yeah, it's kind
Something
of
like
crunchy.
that.
I think they might have gone this direction, so we probably want
Towards
to
that
proceed.
porthole or door or something.
Sphincter.
Sort of, yes. A metal one.
An apt description.
Yeah, I'm gonna go up to it, and before I touch it, I'm gonna just look around and see if there's any obvious like traps or mechanisms that
Okay.
could open it.
That's another investigate check.
That is a 21.
Yeah, you do not see any traps or anything. You do see a small little like it almost looks like a lever that you can pull. That is probably the door mechanism itself.
It appears this might open it. Is everyone ready?
Wynn comes up right next to you, and she takes off, or they take off their sword again immediately, and pull out their shield as well. Or they do that the opposite. They take off their shield and pull out their sword.
Do you want to
Is
redo
it
the whole
one-
thing? It's
No,
fine.
I'm good.
Cut it.
Is it one of those cool ones where it has like the scabbard inside the shield and it like pulls from the?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, absolutely love it.
Okay.
And they are wearing
It's like a gladius.
Let me see if I actually have a picture because I do
I always
like
think those are the
them.
most practical when it's like versus this.
So this is that is
I
kind
think
of
most
the
of it-
armor
aren't they
that
mostly
Wynn is wearing.
on the-
Most of them
In fact,
are,
that's
yeah.
this is a they're called a Demos Magen specifically. So except for they have
That's what Wynn looks like.
yeah, except for they have a sword and shield.
Blue as well.
Yep. At the
Nice.
same time, it's like a tealish, color.
I will bring up the
Blends
rear.
in with the background water.
I'm watching behind us to make sure we're not like being followed.
I'll stay close just in case. So I'm going to go ahead and pull the lever.
You pull it, and the iris goes just a little bit,
How big
and
is
then
it?
you have to crank it again and again.
Oh.
Like it's a hand cranking it.
Yep, I'll do that until it's open.
That was a little anticlimactic. I was thinking it was going to be like sci-fi.
Yeah, it starts doing that, cutting you off if you don't dive through it fast enough. Yeah.
Sorting out.
Why would the builders even make this?
Yeah.
So the iris opens up.
Do we have to like hold it open? Or does it
When,
start to close?
Yeah, as soon as you like let it go, you can see it starting to like slowly
Okay.
close. It's not like it's a quick close, so you have to leave somebody
It's
behind.
a
or something.
counterbalance
It's,
or something like
it's
that.
Just,
All right.
It's just a so you don't have to close it yourself. It
Yep.
eventually closes.
Everyone just inside, and I'll be right behind
Yep.
you.
Going.
So there, it's a small little 10-foot corridor that is kind of this. Do we have this sound on?
Is there a lever on the inside that looks like the one from the outside?
Yes, there's.
I'll hold for a moment, and I'll pull it. Does it also enact the same?
Yep.
Okay. All right, Bolt. It seems we do have a way to open it from the inside.
So the tunnel looks. The metal that it's made out of, or the material that it's made out of, looks weird. It doesn't quite look like flesh. It looks like it feels like metal, but it kind of has the consistency of like tendrils and weird like non-Euclidean patterns and that sort of thing.
Smell like iron and sardines.
A little bit.
Okay.
And then there are
everything down here smells like sardines.
there are actually two
It's all the
glass
sardines.
tubes running along the ceiling
Okay.
on either side, and there is a soft blue fluid that is glowing and running through, making everything dim light in here. So, and that just runs all the way down until the corridor hits BT.
I have to say they have some
There's
really
some blue.
great ambiance.
This is disconcerting.
I'm gonna just start moving down the hallway. Just kind of I'm gonna try to keep an eye out, see if there's any like tripwires or trap doors,
Stay
anything like
close.
that.
Victor's gonna pull his
I'm a little more
mask down and just
wary.
start to be a lot more like listening and smelling than he is kind of looking.
Victor, would you like to send your dagger ahead? See if we can get a kind of a view of what's going on.
I will send Shadow Song, not like style screaming, but just kind of warbling and
Okay.
kind of go out to the corner to
as
see if
it's
I can detect
sonar.
anything.
Yeah, as Shadow Song like does start singing out, you do realize that sound is carrying a lot more in here, especially when it leaves the range of your Pass Without Trace spell, which technically doesn't have a range other than you, right? You're
That's
5
right,
foot square. Yeah.
But these, I hope that doesn't just get at anybody.
Let's go ahead and get around with stealth checks.
Stealth.
That was a hand fart.
Sure. We ate all that popcorn before we started. Now he's sharding.
It is not a good night for me.
Roll it right back to the shirt comment.
So that's a 20.
Okay.
Plus your 10. Plus my 16. That is the highest stealth roll officially that I've ever made.
Wow.
That is a 46.
46. Yeah.
I just...
Yeah.
So Victor not only like shadow melts and completely like starts sneaking down the corridor. You manage to time the pings of Shadow Song to the various like drips and pops that you're hearing throughout the cavern, so that you can get a clear view of the tunnel. Basically, you hit this. It's like 30 feet to the end of the tunnel, and it creates a T, and it goes off in either direction. And it looks like there might be some other irises leading down in certain
Seems there might be
places.
doors ahead. I do not detect anyone.
And I'll bring Shadow Song.
I was a 22.
22,
18.
18, and then Win also has to roll. Chainmail, does that provide disadvantage?
I think so.
Let's find out.
Almost positive.
And there's not a specific number of people that pass without
No.
traces for us, right? It's just everybody within range that you pick.
Everything within 10 feet?
Doesn't say.
30 feet.
30 feet.
Chainmail doesn't have the heavy property.
It says heavy armor.
It's heavy, but
It doesn't say on
It'll
it
say
anywhere.
disadvantage.
Yeah,
Disadvantage.
it'll give you
We
like
have
a
a little
disadvantage.
icon.
Okay. Well, then she rolled a 30. She rolled a 30 herself. So she is silent as well. They are silent as well.
all right.
Can't even do that for my own character.
As
keep
we're going
practicing.
ahead, I'm
all that matters.
pretty sure, now that I think about it, I'm pretty sure Aramis had the water-breathing gillyweed stuff.
Potion.
Yes. I'm pretty sure when I talked to him before.
Perhaps after
I
having
recommended getting some.
I thought I got one, but apparently I didn't.
Perhaps after having experienced becoming a shark myself, I think I might be able to work a little something to turn you into one if you don't mind giving it a try.
I've had dreams where I can breathe underwater. Is it like that?
Yes, very much.
Oh, that sounds amazing.
It also seems to increase your aptitude for seafood.
That probably could work. I'm not much for fish, but yes.
Hey,
You will be after this.
that
trust
gives
me.
you more options
That
to
is
take
fair.
Lyra out
That
to
is
when we
fair.
get back to Southport.
She is big about the sushi.
You know, as Southport is a port city, there are plenty of magic shops that sell cheap underwater breathing style items.
I should have bought them there, but when we got down here, I knew they were going to ask for an arm and a gill, and I decided that it was probably too much.
Arm and a gill, not a fin and a gill.
Yeah, an arming because they're Aquathan. They still have hand. Okay. All right, so you reach the end of this. You each glance left and right, and it looks like basically it splits off and it just starts curving around like the central.
I glance like Tony Stark does.
Yeah.
It was too fast. I didn't see anyone.
All right. Do we go which way? Left or right?
I say we just do left.
Left. Sounds good. Then we approach the door.
Have you ever
Actually,
been in a maze
wait.
before?
Hold.
You just pick a direction and make sure you keep along the wall on that same side, and eventually you will reach the end of the maze.
I went into a maze once and I took left and
Unless
came
it's
out
magic.
the front door.
Except for, well, if it's a magic maze, then of course it doesn't really work that way, but
Colby, pick high or low for me.
Hi.
Okay. You are good.
Where is that spell? Did I not take divination?
pass without
Yes.
trace and find your place.
Before moving on, perhaps I might be able to get a little insight from Lunera on the path we ought to go.
How can we help?
Well, if you'll give me a moment, allow me to meditate and pray.
All right. Well, perhaps you watch this door. I'll watch the other one while he.
Sure, we'll keep
So I'll
watch.
like fan out and just kind
So yeah, I want
of set
to.
up a perimeter.
I'm gonna cast divination as a ritual, and just say, my goddess, my lady, we are trying to recover this book and chasing this cult. I'm hoping that it might be able to lead us to the other two. That you seem to feel important to helping us find you. Please guide us to which direction we ought to go. Shall we take the left path here? And it just says you offer a truthful reply. It might be a short phrase, a cryptic rhyme, or an omen.
So your question is, should we take the left path here? Okay. And you've kind of set everything down. You've started your ritual. Does it involve like a little bit of incense?
Yeah.
Okay. So you're sitting there casting, and you kind of you finish it by holding your hands out in kind of like a cupping gesture, and the smoke from the incense curls up around your hands and turns into kind of a circling orb that for a moment like goes through all of the phases of the moon. It waxes and wanes, and then you just see the orb flow down the left.
Nice. I think our instincts were good ones. Let's go.
Seems like a pretty clear sign to me,
So standing while we were doing that, that was 10
especially
minutes,
for a
right?
dead god.
Did we hear
She's not
any?
dead.
Oh, right.
She's been captured.
Seems pretty lively to me.
Did we hear anything? Like, was there any movement or any?
Give me some perception checks. Those of you who
Who have eyes?
Yep,
Who
those
can
of you
perceive?
who have eyes.
16.
Not for you because you were doing your ritual. But thank you.
17 plus 5.
16.
Okay, good enough. You did hear some like scuffles coming down deeper in the ship. There are definitely people here.
Okay. So
But-
Victor will definitely be a lot more quiet than
Keep on your guard. Let's go, and I'm gonna, if you don't mind, I'll lead the way in case there's an ambush. So I'll go ahead and head down the left.
When we get to the.
Trying to remember.
Think your number
There's something with this spell that, like, if I cast it.
If you cast it multiple times, beyond the first, there's a 25% chance it will just fail for each time you've cast
If you
it.
cast a spell two or more times before finishing your next long rest.
Yeah.
Cumulative 25% chance.
Before we open the next
Okay.
porthole, I would like to do honed edges on my blade for
Okay.
the next 10 minutes.
Yeah. So the tunnel with, again, these kind of flowing lights leads around the left in almost a gentle arc. And you can actually see, before you get to another iris separating the tunnel from just, you don't know what's beyond technically. There is an iris on your right as well, and one on your left that seem to be just a little bit smaller. Like, they're not as grand as the irises that you've seen so far. So less like a bulkhead and more like an
a
individual
room or something.
room.
Did that glowing globe like fade out as soon as it went through, so it's not guiding us anymore?
It basically, you asked, should we take the left? It sent its message and then dissipated. It didn't give you any other information.
I'm gonna look and see. Do I see any like scuff marks on the ground indicating like one's been used more than the other, or even on like the handle, or even some like dust that's been like kicked away with someone's feet?
Roll me an investigation check.
That's only a 10.
10. It's hard to tell. It looks like both of them have had use recently,
The illithid maid carries a broom and their tentacles have come through.
and they definitely are an illithid in full like French maid outfits.
Okay. Hero Forge.
Perhaps,
Yep.
perhaps we
We'll have
open-
Preston draw it next art stream.
Perhaps we open both of them at the same time, in case if they make an alarm.
I would say, as far as it goes, it's probably about from the T 20 feet to the right door, and then another 10 feet, and then there's
Oh,
the
so they're
left
not like
door.
right across
They're
from each
not
other.
right
Got it.
across from each other,
Never
and then another 20 feet in the bulkhead.
Maybe we take the first one in case, so if we need to backtrack, we don't have another door to go through.
Or we could ignore these doors in case there are some brain eaters behind them.
But what if they have really nice cutlery?
I'm a little less concerned about the cutlery and more about
Just
the
think of
library.
it. We could get something amazing from it. Or perhaps we'll find a clue.
Do we really know where Madame Talvain is at this point, other than down the left path?
I want to go
I
up
do
to
like Victor's idea of making sure that there is nothing in the rooms as we pass them, in case
So
I
be it,
wouldn't
but
want to be
can-
surrounded.
So be it, but let's not open them at the same time.
All right. Well,
case
actually,
there are-
there was
The
something.
right one first, then?
There was something I wanted to try, if the DM is okay with it.
Ah, yes, the mighty DM.
I want to walk up to one of the doors and kind of, again, closing my eyes and just like trying to really hone in my ears. I
Trying
want
to
to take
Daredevil.
Shadow Song and I
Victor's-
want to tap the door with it and make Daredevil kind of like a tuning fork. Just see if I can hear anything on the other side of the door, or if it gives me any glimpses of anything.
Sure. Go ahead and roll me a perception check.
That's a 3 plus
Your
5, 8 plus epic die, 11.
You've never done this before, but you do hear a strange, almost it's almost bubbling like a cauldron, but not quite like it's boiling water.
Well, unless she is taking a bath, or they are eating her in a soup. I don't think this is the door. But we can go in if you'd like. I don't hear anyone.
But there is noise in there.
There is some kind of gurgling. Do I smell anything?
This whole place smells dank and a little fishy.
Sardines, remember?
There is
They're
gas
everywhere.
somewhere behind
Let's-
this door.
Let's get to either side and
Okay.
see if we can stay out of line of sight while we open it.
All right. One. Ready?
Do we need to make self checks
Let's
against the
again
door to not be seen?
Open the door first.
pull up the shield.
Ready?
Yeah.
Go.
So you crank the door open. The iris slowly reveals a room beyond. Again, these tubes kind of run in through. They don't run like through the door, but they run through like a little.
Yeah, through the
opening.
bulkhead above
Mhm.
it. Yeah, that makes sense.
And there's a lot more light in this room. That's because there is a lot more of that fluid in this room. And you can see that they are in these large, sort of almost pill-like tubes that are hanging from the ceiling, and they're basically connecting to a string of different tubes with all this fluid going in and out. And each of these, we'll say there's 5 of them, and each of them has a single figure inside of it. And these figures are, at first glance, they just look like regular people. There's a human, there's an elf, there's a halfling. All of them are naked, and they're kind of just like almost curled in on themselves, almost 2001 Space Odyssey like. And yeah, so you see just that kind of general room. There's a couple other devices on the ground, almost discs that seem to be glowing with different magical runes. And then you can actually see 2 figures kind of wandering in and out of them, but they don't seem to have noticed you. It's kind of a larger room, so they haven't really spotted.
And from our distance, we can't tell defining features of the people in the pills.
No, they kind of look like black silhouettes.
Okay, got
The only reason that you can tell the
Because it's just like
halfling,
a murky fluid.
yeah, yep.
Let's sneak in.
Yeah.
Let's sneak in.
Let's get some stealth checks.
All right. This is where we shine.
And open my mouth.
19.
26 plus 8.
Oh, Dallin, thanks for joining us.
Ah, yes.
23.
Got those blood flame serpents all taken care of? Yes. Yeah. Yes. Yeah. Okay.
23 for win.
He's plus 10.
Plus 10.
Yep.
Plus 10. 22.
22.
19.
19. Victor, I'm assuming is fine. With
24.
with a plus 10. So you
Plus
guys
10 just made it go,
managed to sneak into the room a good 50 feet. The 2 wandering around, you get quick glimpses of them. They're kind of yellowish skin. They don't have any noses. There's some tendrils kind of hanging off of them, but not like octopus tendrils. Like they have regular mouths, and then they're just kind of these almost like face tendrils that kind of hang off. They have black hair kind of pulled back, and both of them are wearing. Both of them are just wearing kind of like a split robe, so it's got the side split on it that has like, they have like cloth pants underneath. And then
This is like the one that's like the four flapped front, 2 in the front, 2 in the back type of thing.
Exactly. And what they appear to be doing as you're like sneaking around these vats that have the people in it is they appear to be going up to the various vats, and they'll look down at the runes and kind of check a few things, and they'll tap a couple of them, then turn them from one color to another, and then kind of nod and move on to another one, basically. There.
I want to see if I can get close enough to one of the pods to see.
Let's see if I can cast a fireball.
Do it.
First we burn down a bar.
Pressurized
Burn down a
air bubble.
Right.
Wait, there's only oxygen down here. Whoosh.
So it's actually not going to be very hard to get up to one of the pods, because you guys are pretty much like sneaking around. You can get up to one, and as you get closer, you just see the figure like gets clearer and clearer, and it just looks like an elven man.
Okay.
Yeah,
but it doesn't match the description.
Do they look alive?
They look suspended. It's very hard to tell, but go ahead and give me a medicine check with disadvantage. See if you can pick anything up there.
Well, he's checking and trying to
That's
stop the next one.
a 15.
15. You're kind of watching, and you do see every now and then kind of like a twitch of a finger or something. So there is definitely some movement.
It's
Whether
like
or not
the
it's
back to tank type.
Yeah, almost.
Except
for
for like, because he always does that. That's
I will say that it does look a little bit more viscous than Bacta would, right? Because Bacta basically looks like water with
some added.
it looks a little bit more gel-like
More
than that.
boogerish.
Yeah. And then you said you were moving to the next pod as well.
Yeah, I want to stealth to the next boss.
Okay.
Pod.
This one has a halfling woman in it.
Halfling. Okay. And with, I'm going to kind of survey the room. Those figures still haven't taken notice of it yet,
Let's see.
or don't seem to have noticed it. Okay.
I'm gonna cast message and whisper to
Victor's just kind of looking in the tanks to see who.
Victor. Do you think you could incapacitate one of those guards?
Easily. They're just, they don't look like much.
Let me contact Alomah and see if he can handle the other one.
Famous last words.
I'm gonna do the same thing to Alomah.
Sure.
Can you take out?
Did
and I'm
they-
gonna try to coordinate like the one on the left for you, the one. On the
Did they
right
look
for you.
like? I mean, would I know? I have to assume like that. I would assume that these were humanoids.
Yes, they are humanoids.
Okay.
Again, they kind of have that. They kind of have yellower skin, black marks on them,
kind of a
long
split.
ears.
Okay.
Black.
Well, they
hair.
usually just have like if they're Githyanki, but
Yeah.
they
Oh,
usually
these are
have
the
like,
Githyanki. I was
they usually have like off their chin or off their cheeks. They have
okay.
like a little bit. Of,
I was
there's a couple of
imagining
them.
the
Unless
people
I'm
who are-
totally off
the
the
people
mark,
who are like
this is what I
halfway
got.
through Ceramorphosis or whatever, and that's what I was imagining. Got it.
Again,
like,
that's just more like
What do we,
meta assuming.
right? Well, when I'm looking at them, like they're humanoid, but you did say they had like tentacles on it.
Yeah, they just have like tiny little tendrils. Almost,
tendrils.
yeah.
Okay, got it. Okay.
Yes. I'm sure.
I don't know if I.
These are the illithid you speak of. They have the tentacle face.
Do I know what these are?
Give me another history check. You know about
Since I've been in the Astral Sea, advantage or not?
not advantage, just regular.
19.
19. These are not Githyanki.
Ooh.
These are Githzerai.
Zeri.
Yep.
Well, these are more. These are not. I wouldn't say companions. They're the thralls that we discussed. They're the ones that the illithid usually keep around to do all the grunt work.
When the description came out, and they said they were hooded figures, right? The people who this is Preston asking. The session I wasn't there for, and they had the cultists. The cultists, did they look like these guys? Or were
They ran the gamut of humanoids. Like human, half elf, elf. Yeah. They didn't have they
It
were
wasn't
all
like
like
one.
yeah,
Got it.
Githzerai.
Out of character. I thought that Githyanki were like enemies of illithids.
Githyanki are enemies of the illithid. Githzerai are
If I remember,
They're-
they were
I
They're
think-
created
still
by them.
loyal or whatever.
like some of them are still loyal and a lot of them follow like
I could be wrong, but I believe they're the same exact race.
Yeah.
Technically,
They're
it's just like
split.
factions.
Yeah,
you know, the
factions.
Githyanki have earned or fought for their freedom, and they don't want to ever become thralls again.
Yeah,
and the
the
Githzeri are still.
they're
I think it's
fanatical.
gifts, and then
So as far as here's
actually
just a quick
pronounced
description. Githzerai are otherworldly folk with psionic powers who share an ancestral link with the Githyanki. The Githzerai followers
Vulcans
of the great leader Zareth Menor Agith are an aesthetic people who live apart from the rest of the cosmos within the confines of fortresses floating through the chaos of limbo. Instead of imposing their will on other peoples, they focus on controlling and manipulating their easily malleable home. I've heard of specific Githzeri that do follow illithids. I may be completely wrong there, but these two appear to be at least monitoring something within this room.
Okay.
So I'll just direct you, like, take the one on the left, take the one on the right. And
Okay.
And
on approach, I would try and.
you guys could probably can they see each other?
Yeah.
So you guys can try to like time it together.
On the approach, I would want to try and size up my opponent and see if they have anything. They seem like if they have anything.
Yeah.
On them, that would be,
So
like,
let's get
considered a weapon to me.
some stealth checks as you guys are approaching. They do not appear to have any sort of weapons on them.
I actually, I only need to be.
Zerai are the ones that broke
34.
free.
Oh, the Zerai are?
Yeah.
I thought the Yankee were.
I only need to be within 60 feet
Okay.
for what I want
So
to
you're
do.
just going to hang back at one of the pods then?
34. I'd be
34.
coming within.
'Kay.
In range to try and just like stealthily death blow type thing.
Okay. So you can go ahead and...
They both are. They both come
They're
from
just-
Gith,
yeah.
and they have an interpersonal conflict between the two factions.
Yep.
But- okay.
Very compelling stuff.
Yes.
Go ahead and roll me your attack roll.
Okay.
With advantage, obviously.
17 and 5. This is with the. I'm going to be using my Moonfang.
Okay.
For thematic reasons.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, come on. Come on. One more over. There, thank you. That is a plus 12, and I believe the 18, so that's going to be 20. 30.
30? Okay. Go ahead and roll me your damage, please.
Okay. That's with Moonfang, 1d4 plus
Now,
8.
I'm assuming that you are stabbing with a knife rather than trying to, like, choke him out or anything.
Correct. I'm basically just trying to come up behind him and just, like, right between the clavicle and going for the death blow.
And then what are you
He
doing?
said To incapacitate.
Death is a type of incapacitation.
Then what are you doing?
I'm going to cast Hold Person.
Hold person.
You did not specify. And then, so since I had advantage, there's also sneak attack. So
I also knew who I was talking to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
30 total damage.
30 total damage.
Well, with Moonfang.
So.
Oh, wait. I have one more 1d4 that I could put because it was a honed edge.
Ooh, very nice.
Cory's
So-
like he's a commoner. He has 4 hit points.
Right. So that is going to be 30.
He's already dead.
32. Okay. And then what was your saving throw?
Wisdom save of 19.
So Victor comes in, Moonfang out. You come up and you bring it down like right towards his neck, and at the last moment you see him just shift to the right, and it slams into his shoulder and digs in, and he whips his head towards you, and you can just see that kind of like glow in his eyes. At the same time, you reach out, and these kind of like spiraling, soft little moonbeams come out to try and grab the other one, and he kind of does a quick like hands behind the back flip away and lands down as they kind of just strike nothing. And we're going to go ahead and get into combat here.
Oh dear.
All right, let's go ahead and reveal the battle map tonight and roll initiative. You'll see a few different figures on there. You've got the two monk-looking ones played tonight by one of Colby's old characters, as usual. And then
how the
those are
turntables.
those are the Githzerai, and then you have the Magian Win that we have represented by that figure there. Okay. Alomah, what is your initiative?
15.
15. Bolt.
17.
17. Victor.
9.
9. And Bolt, what's your dex?
My dex is +1.
Okay. Well, then it is one of the... So that was your surprise round, was the two of you striking in. And now it is going to be top of round 1 with the Githzerai number 1.
Okay.
Right there. Okay. They are going to move 40 feet towards Alomah, basically rushing around the vats there.
15, 20, 25, 30.
The other side. Alomah's the other side. Alomah's the dog.
Yeah, well, that right there would be fine.
They want to be on that side, though. Okay. Just so you can get to them easier? Is that why?
No.
Okay. So they're going to come rushing around, and as they do, you can see something kind of coalescing in their palm, sort of this mystical psychic energy. And they're going to try and slam it into you with an attack here.
Falcon Punch.
And it is a
Show your
19
moves.
to hit.
No, miss.
Okay. You manage to barely step out of the way, and it kind of just the energy kind of pulses outward, and yeah. So that is that. What is your AC?
It's a 23 right now. Based on that half plate that I got, that was crafted from the leaves of the, and then I got a +2 shield.
Shield.
Oh, you do have a shield. Right.
My
I forgot you
my
had a
leaf shield.
Okay.
And then just a +2 dex bonus
Yeah,
too
okay.
on top of that.
Bolt. It is your turn.
It's my turn.
Yep.
I'm just going to go ahead and run forward. 5, 10, 15, 20. Right next to that one. And I am...
You were complaining so much about your AC
Because it was really bad.
I was like, surely.
I'm going to attempt to grapple.
Okay.
So that's contested.
All right.
Athletics or...
You do not have advantage on this because you are not big.
Sorry, I'm not big here. No.
Battle music.
20. 30.
That's the sound of Bolt opening up a can of whoop boop.
Sorry, you said 20?
Dirty 20, yeah.
Dirty 20? They got a 23.
Sorry, children.
Okay.
So you come in and they kind of just like strike your hand away as it comes to try and grasp them.
Then I'm going to attempt to attack.
Okay.
21 to hit.
21 will hit.
They take 13 thunder damage.
13.
And they have disadvantage on attacks that aren't me.
Okay. And then it is Alomah.
Okay.
And my bonus action.
Oh, sorry.
Have at least 45.
Bonus action.
I am going to use Guardian Armor Defensive Field as a bonus action, but I'm also going to activate my core.
Okay.
Soul core, so that everyone, including Win, gets 9 temporary hit points.
9 temporary hit points.
Thank you. And I can only do that once per long rest, so I can do the for me I can, but
Yeah.
Right. Alomah's just gonna be like, that shark was fun. Let's try something a little more. A little more practical. And I'm going to cast Polymorph on myself
So anything CR 13 or lower at this point?
and take the form of a giant ape.
Okay.
Ooh.
Scott, would you go get the giant ape that we have prepared?
Do you have a giant
No,
ape?
you do not.
I was like,
Almost. You have a baboon. Ooh,
that's not bad. They are they large size? Huge beast. Oh,
3 by 3?
Huge.
So you expand and grow. The your fur color stays pretty much the same, right? And you kind of slam up against the ceiling a little bit because it's about
in fact, I'm gonna say that I still have I am a little bit of a were ape. Like
3 by 3.
yeah.
Do you take care to shape around the vat, or are you just going to push it out of the way?
I think I'd push it.
'Kay.
I think I just would kind of knock it, maybe
'Kay.
even push.
Yeah. So let me roll.
Win a little bit.
You can get goo.
Ooh, well, it falls over and it kind of clunk, 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 but it doesn't break.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, you definitely still have the Kitsune
A little bit of it, yeah.
snout.
And I don't think that's my action, right? So I don't get to then make ape attacks.
Yeah, you don't get to make ape attacks.
That would be cool.
8 attacks.
Eight
attacks.
Note to self: giant ape.
We say this every time when anyone plays anyone
Any
druid,
druidish,
and
right.
it's like we need to get all the animals printed,
Yeah.
but we never do.
But just note to self:
Self.
a giant ape would be great, actually.
Yeah.
Giant centipede.
Let's get a King Kong in
At
here.
least a gorillion,
Yeah.
a 4-armed ape.
Okay, and then that's my turn.
'Kay.
Giant apes don't have a bonus action that I want to use, so.
Well, now I feel undersized. I can't. Enlarge on Colby.
Breaks the nautiloid.
The Githzerai B or 2 sees the giant ape
movie.
and he calls out to his companion and says, let's see,
Do they say it in deep speech?
it's actually not deep speech. You hear him say, Skova, Isa Nano, Ilgerthrex. Or it's right. Ilthrigrex. And the other one nods. And then
What
he's
language
going
is that? In case we've got it.
It is Gith. Do you speak
I
Gith?
speak Gith.
Do you speak Gith?
Yes. What is that?
Sure.
No, I do.
You do speak Gith.
Celestial, Common, Dwarvish, Giant, Gith.
That's right. You
From the Astral
he
Plane.
says he says
Nice.
quick alert Ilgerthrex or Ilthrigrex.
And I'm going to call out. They're trying to send out an alert to, I'm assuming their boss, as I'm trying to grapple this guy.
Yeah, and he definitely looks at you, and then he is going to make a strike at you.
In response, I say,
See, you got it?
Do you speak Gorillan?
No.
Wind, block the door.
Understood. That is also a 19 against you.
That misses.
So he tries to strike out at you again with this psychic energy, and it just completely just whiffs on by. And then whoosh, whoosh. I think I heard a whoosh.
What battle thing do you got going on?
I have Mind Flayer Battle.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Cool.
Okay, and then he is that is going to be his turn, and it is Victor's turn.
I will make an attack at him using. I guess I have that one. I'll flip it in the air, and I'm going to grab Cinderhearth, try and dig into his back again.
You're just Draxing him.
Except for every time I stab, I throw one up in the air and I grab another one.
So
fresh
your
blades.
Reaper.
Yeah.
These are worthless.
Yes,
Next one.
exactly.
Reload.
So that is going to be I believe,
So this is over, right? You said tipped over.
Yep, that one is
16 to hit.
16 will not hit.
Okay. And then I will use my bonus action to use 2 of my performance points. That as I kind of like throw them up in the air, I'm gonna get some of my blades to whirl around me using Dancer's Defense.
Okay.
Bonus action on my turn, you may spend 2 performance points to cause your blades to whirl around you rapidly, potentially blocking strikes. Any melee or ranged weapon attack against you has disadvantage until your next turn, and if the target is within 5 feet of your misses, of you, I think is what it's supposed to say, misses an attack against you and takes 1d6 slashing damage from your bonded weapon.
Okay.
So right now, I guess that means if it's my bonded weapon, it'll probably just be Moonfang and Cinderhearth right now. Or
Okay. Sounds good. Anything else you're doing?
nope, that's I'll just continue to keep him threatened.
Okay. What we're doing.
I'll
I was
use my
gonna
movement.
say maybe I didn't say that in common to Alomah. Maybe I said it in Celestial. Since it's kind of writing, but no big deal.
20. I'll just basically get in front of them so they can't make a break for it, or attempt to, because I didn't see any doors on this side of the wall. Right?
Yeah, there were no doors
Yeah,
on that side.
I will basically just try and block him from. That's it.
Okay. When
Now,
it goes...
question: when this tank got knocked over, did anything happen to the connections to it?
Yeah, all of the connections like broke as it was knocked over.
Is some goo dripping out of it?
There is
type of
definitely
thing?
some goo dripping.
Did the
down.
light in the room like diminish at all?
A little bit. It kind of looks like there's other things trying to compensate for the light.
Drink it.
Wynn is going to move to the door, and they're just going to kind of settle into a readied stance just in case anybody tries to get past.
If you drink the nautiloid's cerebral fluid, will you become a nautiloid?
I turn into a nautiloid
A
ship
nautiloid.
every full moon.
A broken, not just a nautiloid, but a broken nautiloid ship. So you can't even do anything.
The Githzerai facing you is going to bring his fist down again, and you see that same like psychic energy swirl, and they're just going to try to uppercut you.
Okay.
Now that you are big and an easier target.
Much easier.
That is a 17 to hit.
Hits.
Okay, so you're going to take some damage, and I also need you to roll me a wisdom saving throw, please.
That's a 24.
Okay, 24 is a success. So you are not shunted out of time
That's
for a moment.
good. That seems like it
So you're going to take 9 bludgeoning damage and 42 psychic damage from this hit.
Glad I had a nice little cushion for myself there.
Yeah.
But I'm probably going to lose
You
concentration.
do have to roll concentration on this. So 42 plus 9 is 51, cut in half is a 26.
Now, remind me, as someone who has never been polymorphed in D&D 5e.
I believe you keep
Yours
your...
is different
wait,
than
no.
polymorph.
It's different than
polymorph
wild
beast
shape.
Yeah,
shape is different.
you take on their ability scores.
New form and beast.
You keep your sensibilities, but you take on their stats, I
Including
think.
mental ability scores are replaced by the statistic of the chosen beast, which retains its alignment and personality. Target assumes hit points when reverts its ability.
Bronze
Bronze excess damage doesn't reduce the creature's limited in the actions it can perform. Yeah, like I have. So that wisdom saving was a wisdom saving throw that
Correct,
I had
yep.
to make, right?
Yep.
Was not a 24. It was only a. I mean, I'll tell you.
Whatever the roll plus 1 is.
Yeah, it was a 15.
15. Well, that is not enough. Do you have an epic die?
Yeah. This is a 17.
That's enough. So you are not shunted out of existence for the time being.
Okay, good.
But you still do take the damage, so please roll me a concentration check. I am assuming that the concentration check, because you're the one concentrating on the spell,
is
your concentration. So
All right.
I will give it to you as your concentration
Okay.
there. without.
But I feel like
the heat
it's
roll.
7
still
intelligence probably
a
wouldn't
25.
have.
It's 26.
I thought you said I took 51 damage.
51. Yeah, sorry, 25. Rounded down.
I don't know that's gonna matter all that much, but we'll
You can do
What's your bonus?
+9.
Plus 9. Okay.
Come on, that's a 20. I mean, I got like a 33% chance. I don't want to like transform into a giant ape for just one turn. I didn't even get to like do anything cool. Come on. Yes!
You got it?
6.
Okay.
Woo!
26. Yep. You manage. He like full on like uppercuts you, and yet you manage to like hang on, and you're just kind of slack jawed a little bit, but you are still giant
Now
ape.
I'm an angry.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now you're King Kong.
He was hoping to get you out of existence so that he could break away easier, but that did not seem to work.
Okay.
Bolt.
I'm gonna attempt to grapple him again.
Okay.
Well, hold on.
Oh,
Is it a bonus to go big?
this fight isn't gonna last forever.
I'm gonna go big.
Okay.
Now that I noticed that there's room,
Yep.
You had size envy.
I said
Then I'm
that
gonna
would
cast
be
it
big
large
too.
and go even bigger, so that we.
no. I'm just
Your
gonna
head-
cast a large on
And then you
Colby.
two have to fight.
Your head pokes out of the ceiling, and then you're gonna.
We just look at each other and like ignore the gift. We're just like,
Win.
kaiju battle!
Find the nearest building. Go.
When we get back to the tower.
Rampage.
Yeah.
So now I get advantage when I attempt to grapple.
Mhm.
22.
7.
Okay. Grapple him.
That's better.
Yep.
Now I shove him to the ground.
Which is another contest.
Also,
yes. I keep forgetting which one is the contest and which one is just allowed.
They're both.
Well, pulling them, dragging them along is just.
Oh yeah, I can move them, but it has to be. That's 21.
16. They are prone.
Okay.
Nice.
And I go, Victor, take Aramis' place. Basically, he's the one that stabs them while they're on the ground.
Oh yes.
As I'm like,
I thought you were telling me to leave.
But first, the great ape.
Right.
great.
Oh, I kind of want to grapple too, but I'm gonna make a couple of.
How many
Slam
attacks do you
attacks.
get?
2.
As you get,
Yeah,
two
they get a
attacks.
multi-attack.
Nice.
All right. I don't know why I'm rolling 2 dice. I don't have advantage, but I guess I
roll
get 2
them
attacks.
attacks
So
together.
one's a 27 to hit,
That'll hit.
and one's a 23 to hit.
That'll hit.
So 6. Let's go.
Colby, you have to send me a list of all the creatures you think you might polymorph into.
You need
I
a
just-
T-Rex.
Find me a Tyrannosaurus Rex.
We got
and
one.
I'll-
we got
We
two
got.
of them,
Yeah,
so-
we got.
But have I seen? Don't I have to have seen them, or is that wild shape? I was confused.
Wild shapers have to have seen,
polymorph. You can
but
just,
you have seen them now because you have seen
fought
both
them.
a T-Rex
We fought
and an
both.
Allosaurus. Yeah.
That's true.
Yep.
I should have gone T-Rex. Oh well.
In the comments section,
try and
which one?
or
Which one should you
change
go?
Okay, so the first attack is
A shark with legs? You got it, I'll print one.
12 plus
We have one.
so
We do.
18 damage.
18 damage on the first.
And the
Okay.
second attack is 19 damage.
19 damage. Okay.
So he's just like
yeah. Yeah.
pounding.
Definitely like.
It is the scene from Avengers when Hulk is running through the ship and just shit is just breaking and flying all over the place. You just raise your fists up and just crack
now
the
I
ceiling.
want to
and
do
come
that
back
with
down.
Loki and just
Yeah.
Beauty God. You gotta do your grapple check.
yeah. So,
That's the best.
Okay.
and that's my turn.
The other gift Sarai goes. It is pinned to the ground. It glances over and sees its companion engaged with a large foe, and then it goes, "Fine, I'll do it myself." And then,
Okay, Thanos.
yep, teleports as an action. So he kind of just like
Counterspell.
disappears.
Wait, no, I'm not a-
And your hand slams into the ground. So he disappears.
We have a problem. They know we're here.
Or they will if we can't find where this one went.
How far can he go?
I don't
Is he
know.
still invisible? I'll try and like kick the dirt where he's sitting.
Yeah, there is nothing there. It is your turn, though, Victor.
So if he's not there after like a quick inspection, I'm going to return back over here.
Good thing I carry this powder with me.
Nope,
Not there.
I'm going to make
Dust
an
of
attack.
disappearance.
That would make him even more invisible.
Actually, I thought
Dust of appearance.
dust of disappearance.
That's just flour.
revealed.
You just throw flour on him.
Yeah. No, what is it that reveals invisibility? There's like a specific magic item that's like a powder that you use.
Dust of disappearance and dust of
Reappearance.
Clairvoyance?
True sight. I don't know. So I'm gonna hit him with my Blackthorn.
Okay.
So that is going to be a 23 to hit,
That'll hit.
and it's going to be 1d4 plus 7 plus my,
You get sneak because
Sneak attack.
I'm within 5 feet.
and I'm going to re-roll
Sneaky.
that one because it
Think
was a
you
1,
cannot
and
do
what's
it.
the worst could happen with Piercer?
It worked!
It worked!
Wait, is he? How many hit points does he have? There's a bad omen. So it's going to be 11 for the attack plus my sneak attack.
Just like watching your
28.
screen, just like bunch of dice.
28 total.
No, 28 plus
Plus 11.
11.
39.
39.
Nice.
He is. Yeah, you definitely like come in and hit him.
And I'll
in
try
the
and go
kidney.
for like the back of his knee.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah,
slow
you
him
definitely hobble him for sure.
that's it.
Wynn sees that the other one disappears, and they immediately turn around and like lean out the door and start like glancing around for reinforcements.
Sparta instincts. Usually when people disappear, they usually appear behind you. That's the rule. Right?
Yeah. Okay. It is
Every boss
the-
battle.
He's like,
Oh, they disappeared. I wonder where they're going to be.
It is the Enlightenment's turn.
like every
They
scary
are going
movie.
to.
Don't look.
They are going to
behind
make a trio of attacks. 2 on Great Ape and 1 on Victor. Basically, just like a sidekick on Victor. First attack is a crit.
Of course it is.
Yep. So that is going to be. We just went with regular crit rules now.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Thankfully.
Well, this might drop you out.
I don't know. Have you ever seen the hit points of a great ape?
Actually, no, I haven't.
I do have a lot, but concentration check is.
Does 300 psychic? Wait, hold on, slow down.
Oh, I'm just trying to do math. A lot of math in my head.
We have calculators.
So total is 64 damage. Yes.
All right.
So half of that. throw
And
two
I
in.
believe that is probably going to break your concentration.
Probably 32.
Yep.
I do have one more epic die,
That's true.
so there's a chance. It is a
It's
small
saying
one.
there's a chance.
but
Well,
there's a
wait.
chance.
Even with a crit, that's only 21 plus 6, it's only 27.
I know, but I only need 32. So if I get a crit, I have a +9 to my
Oh.
Yeah.
check.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because it's concentration.
So come on. Nope.
Nope.
Oh well, I still absorbed 115 damage, which would have knocked me unconscious had I not.
Seriously.
Yeah, so they come in like you're pounding down on them, and then they come in and just like do like a high kick and bring it down on your head, and you
Where do you want
Okay.
to land in the
Oh, just I don't know.
as far away from him as
Yeah,
possible.
exactly.
Okay, well then they're gonna take both the other attacks against Victor then.
Yay! Actually, I'm full health, so that. Oh no. Yeah, I'm full.
Here we go.
Because giant apes have 157
You
hit
know,
points.
It's okay.
know what?
It's fine. I'm the tank. It's fine.
10 to hit on the first one.
Does
You
not hit,
managed to move out of the way.
We've talked about this. You are not the tank.
And the next one's a 26 to hit.
Yes, hits.
Okay.
Just because you can dodge attacks sometimes doesn't make you the tank.
Speaking of
28 total damage.
uncanny dodge, that
Yes.
Yep.
I'm gonna uncanny dodge it, so
14.
minus the 14s. 14 damage. Okay.
And then it is Bolt's turn.
Yeah, I'm just going to move up. So let's see. 5, 10, 15, 25.
Did you leap over the vat or?
Just stepped over it.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm not going to try to do
Punt it like a
anything
football.
crazy.
Yeah.
Punt it like a football.
I just want to make sure you didn't step on the vat that has a
Person.
A person in it.
Yep.
I hope they weren't important.
People are persons too.
Grapple time.
Okay.
Give me that grapple check, Cory.
Oh, right. I have to do the composed. That is a 17.
DMing you. 24.
Okay. He is grappled.
Prone time. Another 24.
21.
Okay.
Nice.
Yep.
I sweep his leg.
with your toe.
Yes. Just
Hip drop him.
Okay. He is now on the ground. Alomah.
He's vulnerable.
He is. You know.
Better get him. A big gorilla would have hit him.
They made that wisdom save last time. I'm a little nervous about trying to like do Toll the Dead or anything here because it doesn't seem to be working. Actually, I'm going to cast Create Bonfire underneath him.
On Bolt's hand.
Well, yeah. I mean, I guess
It's already the charred hand anyway.
from
the dragon mark.
And so yeah, it requires no concentration. But it's a dex save, which do they?
I think they automatically fail if they're grappled.
Well, grapple doesn't impact their dex save; it just reduces their speed to 0. But if they're prone, I think they have disadvantage on dexterity saving throws.
Okay, let's just check here.
So, prone. Prowl unless it stands up. Creature has disadvantage on attack rolls. On attack roll against the creature is advantage if they're within 5 feet of the creature. Otherwise, the attack roll is disadvantage. Doesn't say anything about
Doesn't say anything about dex save.
dex.
Interesting.
Which is weird.
Yeah.
Because I'm literally holding them to the ground.
Yeah. Anyway, so it's a dex save of 19.
Dex save of 19. Okay. They did not make their save this time. They went really low.
And it's just 3d8 damage. So
yeah, they basically scream as the fire just.
So it's 15 damage.
15 damage, and this is still number 1, right?
Yeah. Number 2 is gone as far as we know.
And then let's see. I don't think I really have any bonus action things that I can do because I don't want to use my other wild shape yet. I only have one left. Sorry, I'm just looking really quick. No. That's it. I'm done.
Okay. All right. Who's there? Happens, Victor. It's your
Reaction. What does burning gith smell like?
Flesh, burning flesh, standard humanoid flesh.
Steak.
Gross. Bacon.
Alright, and I will stab him with Sandman for the +10. He
Okay.
has advantage because he's on the. Whoops, that's cocked. So that is, I assume, a 26 is going to hit.
That'll hit.
That's going to be with the 1d4 plus my. Sandman has a 7. So 4. Yeah. 11 plus my sneak attack. 26, so that's 37.
37.
Against the Gan.
Oh, and actually a little bit more because
damage?
he was honed still. So that's an additional 2. 39 damage total.
Yeah, go ahead and describe taking him out.
Perfect. So I guess as he kind of sweeps the leg and puts him to the ground,
And then a bonfire rages up beneath him.
bonfire rages up. Victor will just kind of like look away a little bit, like it's like, oh, like this is
Toasty farts.
whew. And he'll just throw one of his daggers kind of in his throat to just quickly end
Okay.
it.
Yeah. Alrighty. And then you hear when
I pull my hand away and
Wynn from the door says, "There's movement coming down the right tunnel."
Should we hide?
Well,
can I smash open one of these? Will it
I
knock it
kinda
over?
wanna-
See if the person wakes up.
Yeah. Do you want to just like?
I want to like take it over in the corner so it's not right next to us, and just like see if I can hit it, whatever.
Okay. Yeah. Like how are you going to break it? I guess is
Smash it.
you smash it. Okay.
Yeah,
go ahead and roll me
before I
a
come out of the-
strength check.
smash it with a hammer.
So when actually, because the door was technically, I guess it is open. These ones aren't like the bulkhead ones; they don't automatically close.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I always forget why.
Athletics.
Yeah, but I have an advantage on it. For something. I'm trying to figure out what exactly.
While that's happening,
Yeah.
I'm going to cast Aid on the three of us.
Okay.
At the 3rd level.
It's only 14.
14. You manage to bring your hand down and crack. So what aid gives everybody 5?
Everybody gets an extra 10 to their max HP. I
10
upcast
max
it.
HP.
So,
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah, so it cracks it, but it doesn't quite break. These things seem to be made of pretty heavy-duty tempered glass.
Ah, sterner stuff. I
Yep.
see. The
And it heals you for 10.
Prime way.
the prime
as well.
was for 10.
So it heals you 10 hit
Can I
points
try again?
and then raises your max by 10.
Yeah, if you want to go ahead and try again.
Because it'd be like 2 rounds, like 2
Yep.
attacks. So I get 2 attacks during a turn.
Yeah, sure.
Higher. A 21.
Okay. So the first one cracks it, and the second one smashes it in. The glass kind of like falls into the gel. You see a couple like cuts happen because you're basically smashing glass in on a person. This one is the elf male. We'll just
I
say.
will like try to take it and break some
Yep.
pieces off so that
Yep.
they can get out without being
They
any more
do
injured.
not make any movement as the.
I'm gonna reach in and
Okay, so you reach into the gel, stick your fingers in, and something does happen. So you kind of feel something like enter your mind, and you realize that you can hear thoughts, 5 different sets of thoughts, all kind of like drifting through in and out of consciousness, and every time that they get close to the surface, you hear them start to panic. What's going on? Where am I? What's happening? And then they kind of like
can I yell
fade
in my
away
mind?
again.
Wake up!
Okay. Yeah, give me an Arcana check. I think that would be appropriate here.
That's only 13.
13. You don't manage to wake all 4 of them up, but you do manage to resist the kind of pull. You could feel that kind of
If it's sleepy,
connection.
I'm immune to magical sleep.
It's not sleep. It's almost like it's trying to pull you in and lock you down, right?
Okay.
Or it's just trying to like connect you, and you can start feeling like your mind starting to stretch out through
Hive
all of
mind
the gel,
stuff.
or all of the other gel, and then you pull the elf out.
Gel or gel?
Gel. Yeah, I know. I said jail first.
know.
That's why I corrected myself.
Yeah, I'll pull him out and like
Okay.
get some of the goo off and like
Yeah. He appears to still be unconscious, unfortunately.
Victor, while this is happening, would be kind of looking in the other vats for our quarry, the target that we're trying to find.
Madame Talvain.
Oh, yeah.
And none of them are tieflings.
Nothing.
You've got a half elf male, the elf male, an orc female, a halfling female, and then the 4th is a Goliath male.
Do any of them? None of them seem familiar.
Nope.
As far as, okay.
I do warn, don't touch the gel. It does something to your mind. It was trying to pull me in to their consciousness or with them.
There is definitely a patrol coming down the hall.
Perhaps we should set a trap.
Agreed.
Or perhaps we ought to get out of here.
The only way is either back out of the ship in the opposite direction of the way we should be going, according to Aneria, or through the patrol. Because they said that it was coming out the right.
No, so they said that the patrol was coming down the other tunnel that you guys didn't take.
So we came this way.
Yep.
So they're coming.
This was the door on the right.
They're coming. Yeah, they're coming around this way.
So they're coming from the way that we came?
Yep.
Okay.
Perhaps we.
And what was this way?
So in about 10 feet, you've got another door.
Right, the door on the left.
And then 20 feet after that, you've got a larger bulkhead like the one outside.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like a big sphincter.
Another big item.
Yep.
Another camera. Like another camera shutter.
Portal.
While I was looking at this, you said there were symbols, right?
Yep.
They're arcane symbols. If I interact with them, do they do anything?
If you touch them, they don't really like do anything. It looks like the Githzerai were changing their colors somehow, but
Yeah,
it
Victor,
wasn't.
Victor would
yeah.
like rub his hand across, nothing.
Nope.
Face roll the
Let's-
keyboard.
I don't want to say this, but let's leave them here and keep heading out.
Perhaps we bring the elf. Was it an elf that you?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If we
I-
can,
I can-
revive them,
I could carry
we might
him.
be able to tell us more of what's going on.
Sure, I can carry
Not
him.
the problem.
Um,
Are you going to be able to get out the door?
At this point, I have shrunk back down because it's only a 1 minute thing. So, yeah.
I'm all right. I'm gonna cast Pass Without a Trace again.
Okay.
And say,
Let's get out of here.
Alrighty.
and maybe we try the door on the left. Hopefully, there's not two more Gith that are in
Sounds
there.
good. Yeah, we'll run
And
down.
then close the door and like
Listen.
lock ourselves in there, basically. Yeah, okay, let's do that. So we'll head to the other door. Okay.
Barricade it.
All right. Yeah. So you rush. You move to 10 feet down, grab the crank and open
Elf
up.
in the
Again,
yard.
these are just like smaller irises. And you guys slip inside. Who goes last?
Victor would probably bring up the rear.
Okay. Victor, as you're kind of like slipping through the door, you see coming around the corner are several figures. They're Edequathan, and the other Githzerai is kind of like limping along, holding his shoulder.
That's right. You did some decent damage.
yeah.
to them.
And pointing towards the room that you guys came out of, and you're able to kind of like slip into the alcove and have the iris close. You do spot. So you do spot. I think there's like. Let me tell you the exact numbers because that's something that Victor would know. You see 2 Edequathan males, 1 female, that kind of standard size, and then bringing up the rear behind them is a large brute that looks about probably just a couple of feet below Bolt when he's his large size, and he just looks like the largest, meanest looking Edequathan. You can see kind of like they almost look
similar
like
to what we're looking for.
Bull shark.
yeah, they almost look like pulsing veins along their skin, but they kind of wriggle beneath the surface a little bit as well.
Sounds like Bane. Like
Yeah,
when he gets
he's
all
wearing
amped up,
he's wearing a mask. He's got tubes running out of him.
You merely adopted the darkness.
I was born in it, literally underwater. There's no light down here.
Yeah.
I was born.
I'm surprised we can see it all. Yeah, so you guys slip in to the room. Victor, you like slip in and you push the lever back up, and the iris closes.
I think I saw something. A large Edequathan looked different than the rest. Very, very large. Seemed to fit the description we are looking for. Do we want to accost them?
How many were there?
There were exactly 2 males, 1 female. Don't ask me how I know. And
I
the
mean,
brute.
they're very distinct.
Distinct?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Females are very like they're very small compared
Sexual
to males.
dimorphism.
Yeah, it
very
is.
different.
Yeah.
Okay. So, yeah, there were 2 male, the 1 female, the brute, and the slippery one that got away.
What is in this room?
You guys turn around. There is
12
sort of
other
this,
Gith.
Yeah, there's all
They're right behind us, aren't they?
So there is a small kind of like, it's a small circular room. There is sort of this depression in it, almost making it look like a sphere, made of the same material. Again, that kind of the goo is running across the top, and you see there is a small pedestal that has a very ornate looking crystal bottle on it. It's kind of sort of like one of those it sort of looks like it's made of like frosted glass, and it's got sort of, it almost looks like a D20 almost made of frosted glass with like a little cork on top. Yep, stopper on top.
And that's it.
That is it.
My instincts say we shouldn't touch it.
What is that?
But we should.
Perhaps it might be. We might be able to use it to revive our elf.
Let's leave the elf in here. I say we go and get one of those Edequathan.
I
Tell
say
us
we get
what they
rid
did
of
with
the
Battle
Gith.
Let's wait until they go into the other room, and then we can jump them. Perhaps we can surprise them.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Because I assume that's probably where they're going to go, into the room for us.
Or they'll probably come. They'll probably open this door looking for us. Let's wait and be ready so that as soon as they do, we attack.
Yeah, I didn't necessarily clean off the elf very well, so there might be some
That's true. Everybody can roll me stealth checks to see if how stealthy
Plus
you were.
10.
Yep, plus
Well,
10.
magical pass without a trace. Maybe?
Yeah, pass without trace kind of like sweeps up.
It actually
the,
specifies that you don't leave a trail.
Yeah.
Rolled 2 6s.
Yeah.
17.
Okay.
So my stealth, that is going to be 27, 37.
I mean,
Yeah.
we can always just bang on the door a bit and then alert them to our presence.
So when they spoke before, it was in Gith. There was deep speech. We haven't heard anyone else talk yet, right?
They spoke in
No,
Gith,
yeah.
yeah.
They
Spoke in
yeah.
Gith, but I don't know Gith. You
You haven't heard
I know
anybody
deep
else talk
speech.
yet.
Okay.
I'm going to like wait, and if we hear like footsteps approaching the door, I'm gonna cast Spirit Guardians.
So you're just basically readying it so as soon as they open the door.
Well, I don't want to. No, I'm gonna like even before that. You know what I mean? I'm just like, if it looks like they're coming our way, I'm just gonna cast it.
And I will put a bag of caltrops in front of the door.
Okay.
On the ground.
I can cast web
True.
right in front of the door.
And they'll stop.
Yeah, I think
Okay.
I'll do that.
Perfect. And then Wynn
Center.
is going to step in front of you and basically like crouch down with the shield.
After putting the elf like in the corner.
Yeah. There's no corner in this circular room.
Okay.
Bolt finds one. He makes one.
He confuses us.
I will carve
So
out a corner.
you'll get half cover
Okay.
from her basically crouching down in front of you. And it's
So the room is a sphere.
Yeah.
There's not. Okay.
Mhm.
Sorry, my brain went square room, deposit with like some kind of sphere in the middle.
No,
and,
it's
the
like
room
a
itself's sphere.
yeah,
Okay,
it's like a
got it.
spherical room. We won't when we make a battle map. If we make a battle map, it won't be a sphere because we work in squares.
We have triangles in this group.
And it's about like 5 minutes or so, and then you hear footsteps outside.
Okay.
I'll
So
try and
you-
do the same thing
Yeah,
for
I
my
cast-
sonar.
Okay.
Just to
Yeah.
see if I can hear.
Yep.
any, like,
That
numbers.
patrol group is coming without the Kitsune,
Okay. Good.
basically.
I cast
Seems
Spirit Guardians.
Spirit Guardians.
And they kind of flow up around the edge of the door.
Their numbers have dwindled a little.
It looks like a snow globe full of stars in this room.
Should I call out to them so they?
How
know
big
to
is the
come in
room
this
actually? What would be like the diameter of it?
30 by 30. Or 30-foot diameter.
So is it fairly difficult to stand on it because it's
Is there a slope?
It's sort of like there's a ring on the outside, like a 5-foot ring, and then and then it's a depression. It's not a perfect sphere. It just gives the illusion of a sphere.
Spherical.
Yep. Okay, and then the iris starts to open.
Okay.
And the first one steps through and is going to step right into the web and caltrops
And Spirit Guardians?
and spirit guardians. Yeah.
so I have to make a dex of 16
Dex
in order
of 15
to
for mine too.
Okay, they succeed the caltrops.
Oh.
And let's see about the.
They would have taken 1 piercing damage.
They do not succeed on the web, and they get stuck in there.
Okay. And Spirit Guardians is
Wisdom.
20 damage on a wisdom of 19.
Yeah, they do not make their save on that one and
Okay.
take the 20 damage.
20 damage.
So all basically like they rush in, they go hit over the caltrops,
The rush
hit
in.
right into the web, and then all of these spirit guardians like swirl down and start attacking them. And we're gonna go ahead and get combat again.
It's just a blender, it just shreds him.
Yep.
The rest of the group's like, should we go in or not?
All right, let's reveal this new battle map. And you can see there's already an Edequathan on there for you. And let's roll initiative.
Let's roll.
Let's roll. Volt,
16.
Victor,
6.
and
I'm sorry.
Alomah.
No, 9.
9.
5.
Because 6 plus 3 is
5.
9, not 6.
Okay. Then we will start fight with Volt. It is your turn first.
Splash.
And they're stuck right there in the middle of the web, huh?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Splish splash.
They're the only one that you can see, but you can hear more outside.
We're gonna start up the bath.
Let's just go ahead with...
Really?
Magic missile.
Magic missile.
Yep, just a straight up magic missile. 3 of those.
Okay. And so roll me the damage.
Plus 1 each, right?
Yep.
8 total damage.
Oh, so technically, they did have something they could do to finish their turn after being restrained in the web as well.
Okay.
So they are going to toss a harpoon at Alomah.
No.
No? Okay. I'll pick somebody else.
Disagree.
It's only a 9.
Miss.
Yeah. So
Does it hit the pillar behind it?
Yeah.
And cause a chain reaction?
it shakes the bottle a little bit. Everybody panics. Okay. And
We don't,
then-
because we don't know what's in it.
Yeah.
I'm just like,
Anything else that you'd like to do? Sorry, how much damage was it total?
8.
8?
Said.
Yes. Okay, I got that. Yep. Anything else you'd like
yeah,
to do?
I'll bonus action, grow big again.
Okay. Have a feeling you might need it.
It's like being big.
Wynn is just going to take her turn to continue her defensive bonus for you.
Okay.
Sorry, their defensive bonus for you. And then another figure is going to come around the corner, another Anaquathan, the female, the actual female, not the... Because we only have female figures.
So are they... Do they have to...
They are skirting
check
around the web.
Okay.
Because technically you didn't cast the web.
Inside.
You didn't cast it through the
Yeah.
wall.
It's like, maybe it's like,
It's up.
Climbing up.
Yeah.
so they come through.
Nope, they're not going to come through. They're going to they're going to look into the door.
So how about you make this one, Cory? This one, the female.
I was going to
these
go with
other-
I was going to go with the one that has like the chain over her shoulder. Actually,
They both kind of do.
yeah.
Well, so this is the model that has the chain up to the big guy.
Yeah.
This one's the one over shoulder. You want that one?
That one, yeah. That one is the...
Okay.
And then mark the other one with 1, please.
Done.
And she is actually going to... she is going to cry out, and you can hear, like, this deep rumbling in her voice that reminds you of the fathomless depths of the rivers, basically, because there's no oceans in Aneria. And everything that might lurk within. And she is going to say, "Surrender to us." So everybody needs to make me a wisdom saving throw, please.
Natural.
Nice. 29.
Okay.
Natural 20.
Yeah.
Good, because that's a solid 20.
Yep. Yeah, so all of you like feel that, and you kind of just shake off the fear. And seeing that none of you are surrendering, she is just going to reach out with a hand and kind of point in the center, and she says, "As you wish." And in the center of all of you, this
And what
kind
she's
of,
really saying is she loves us.
yes, this tiny whirlwind, not whirlwind, but whirlpool kind of forms, and all of a sudden these large like kraken tentacles come out and start slapping and smashing and trying to grab everybody. So everybody needs to make me
This is Eobard's tentacles.
It is Evard's
Nice.
black tentacles. Make me a dexterity saving throw, please.
Huh, she's missing part of her leg. Dex save?
Yep.
Dex save.
Is it every creature within range?
19.
When a creature enters the affected area for the first time on a turn, starts its turn there.
Oh,
Yeah.
so maybe it's not until our turn.
Yeah, I don't think it's until your turn. So save your rolls or... Well,
Yeah.
Question.
here. You can have that back.
So, save or no?
No save, just... Yeah.
Maybe I can roll better.
Since there's no save, it doesn't matter. But I was just gonna say, with the reliable talent, it says whenever you make an ability check that allows you to add your proficiency bonus,
But that's
you
not
can
it.
treat a d20 or lower of 9 or lower as a 10. If I roll a natural 1, it's still a natural 1, right? Or does that
It still
Um,
makes it a 10.
makes it 10?
Yeah, it still makes it a 10. You basically, you cannot
Usually,
critically
but-
fail on skill checks anymore, ability checks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Got it. Okay.
Yep.
I haven't used that before yet. So
Okay. Yep. So they create that. It's a 20-foot area from that point in the center.
20-foot.
A 20-foot square on the ground, actually. So technically,
20-foot square circle.
which is the same
Square,
as web, right?
Yeah, same as web.
Yeah. So we can do this one.
So if
Right there, like
if
on
she
the center,
can get
or
all of you, we're just gonna say she puts it in the center so that she can hit Win, Alomah, and Bolt.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
Off kilter there. Okay. Victor, it is your turn.
Okay, I will throw Cinderhearth at said Ediquathan in the doorway.
Okay.
And this one I will be attempting to use that was carved. 6, I will be attempting to use his the fire aspect on it. I
Okay.
always go the wrong freaking way.
What was the attack? Sorry.
That is going to be a 17 to hit.
17 will hit.
Okay. So that's 1d4 plus 9. And then there is the fire damage, but I'm going to do the sneak. No, I don't have sneak. I'll use my no, I can't do that because I had to say it before. I have the aim, so if I forego my movement, it would be steady aim.
Okay.
Throw at somebody,
Yeah.
and that would give me advantage, right?
Sure.
Would it be okay if I use that for this?
That's a feat of yours or a...
This is the
a feature?
optional feature, I
Okay.
think.
Yeah.
It's just called...
Yeah, as long as you don't move.
Yeah,
on this
steady
turn,
aim,
yeah.
bonus as a bonus action, so it uses my bonus action.
Mhm.
give
I
myself
think
advantage.
I think preparing for an ambush like this is the perfect time to use something
Okay.
like steady.
Okay, cool. So,
Yes.
so that will be the 21 plus my fire damage of Cinderhearth, which is, I think, is the 2d10. Let's use those two. That is a 6 and a 7.
Okay. Yeah, Cinderhearth slices right through the Ediquathan and just kind of burns a hole through his chest, and he collapses into the web.
Okay.
Poof. Instantly. It's not exactly like a web; it's barbed
you guys see
wire.
this one?
Yeah, it's cool.
Okay. That's it.
Okay.
So I forgot my movement, did my bonus action.
Yeah, it's like razor wire and barbed wire all monofilament.
So not
that kind of
flammable.
Non-flammable. Got it. What is your dex again?
stuff. It could be. Could be like still
Alomah.
wool. Still wool burns.
That's true. That's true. Especially if you put it with 9-volt batteries in your drawer. Don't do it, people.
So, Alomah, what is your dex again?
A 14.
Okay. Yeah. So it's not your turn yet. Okay. And then a figure is going to push its way through the doorway. He is rather large.
Wow.
I told you he was big.
How did he fit?
Dang, boy, he's
Squeezing.
thick. Look at those fingers.
And then
He's got phalanges.
he doesn't get restrained by the web. He's just slowed by it.
Okay.
That's cool.
Damage. Oh, I don't need to reroll the damage. It
So
was
it's-
20. DC 19 wisdom.
He does not make his wisdom save.
Would make his dex save 15 with Caltrip to take 1 damage.
Oh. Yes, he does make his save.
I don't think web
Can I
slows
reroll my
them.
Caltrip damage?
Or it might be.
Yeah, they basically it's
it-
difficult terrain.
Yeah, it's difficult terrain.
Yep. So he's gonna step into the
Oh,
room,
I'm sorry. I just wanted to look at it.
kind of look around a little bit,
His teeth.
and he's going to reach a hand out, and you can see like this black murky water flow from his arm, and it's going to reach towards you, but it reaches over your head and grabs the bottle and cracks it.
Is it a ranged thing?
No,
Okay.
this is
'Cause he
it's
is-
technically a
Because I say we are adjacent.
yeah,
he and I.
it's technically a saving throw.
Okay.
So, but it's against an object. So, and as it cracks, there's kind of this big swirl, and a creature kind of flows out from it. They have sort of a fish-like upper half, but they look very humanoid. And as their kind of large, round body leads to their legs disappear in kind of a whirlpool of water. And he goes, "Drown them," and the Merid, because this is what it is, shrugs and just starts bringing up water. So each round, the water level is going to rise. Right now, it is like as soon as he starts, water just starts pouring out, and it even is pouring out of this vessel as well. So it is up to your ankles.
Okay.
And then it also gets to make a pair of.
Do you have a figure for that?
No, I do not have a Merid figure
So
actually.
you have the one guy with the like sharp top and tentacle bottom.
Yeah, he's downstairs.
Is that is it the same size, 2x2 base?
Yeah, should be good.
Okay.
Then I will grab it. Hurry back soon, because he's making attacks against you. So that's a 12 to hit on his bite, and then claw number 1 is a crit, which is just a regular hit against you, because you have that armor on still. So just 21 slashing damage.
Just 21.
Just 21. Yep, not doubled. And then the other one is a 26 to hit you.
That is.
Okay, and that is going to be 17 slashing damage.
Sold Street Sharks. I don't think he wasted it.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah, so he comes in, he tries to bite you, you bring the shield up to block his jaws, and then he just takes his claws and just rends them right into your armor, through it, and through the gaps.
Question.
Yes.
When this Mirage appears, does it take damage from my Spirit Guardians?
Do you consider it an enemy as soon as it appears?
I mean, yeah.
Okay.
Anyone that's not part of your group.
Drown them!
Yeah, so, yeah, I mean, it kind of, it's a matter of, like, he breaks the bottle, the Merid appears, then there's kind of a beat before he says drown them. Mm-hmm. But I'm assuming that you would see that as an enemy, so yeah he would need to make his saving throw for sure.
He dies before the water starts going in.
Yeah, he will take. What was your save?
20. 19.
19. He will take full damage on this.
Okay, 20 damage.
But no, he is not. He is not dead, unfortunately.
I'm not dead yet.
He is not a weak creature. Okay, Alomah, it is your turn.
All right. I'm going to bonus it.
Sorry, are you within 30 feet of the big guy?
Yeah.
Okay. You, as you're standing in this ankle-deep water, you feel kind of like this, almost like foulness, and you look and you see that like spreading from beneath him is that he's kind of making the water darker and murkier, and it stretches out 30 feet. So you need to make me a Constitution saving throw, please.
That is a 18.
18 is exactly what you need. So you manage to like quickly kind of shield your body from this foulness, so you won't be affected by it. You won't have to make any more saving throws against it for the next 24 hours. But basically, you're like, this is the water is poisonous, standing in it, and it is kind of like starting to flow up around you and everything.
Okay.
So.
All right. I'm going to bonus action Starry Form.
Okay.
And let's see. Then I will. Oh, man. There's too much that I want to do. Fireball. That's actually tempting. But I feel like we need to get rid of this guy before we drown. So I'm going to...
Speak for yourself, Gillis.
I'm gonna...
Do you have command?
Stop drowning us.
Yeah.
Drown them.
It's just that one word is all you get with command.
Stop.
Yeah, I'm going to...
Yeah.
I'm going to Thorn Whip.
The big guy?
No, the Marad.
Oh, the Marad.
Marid.
Yep. A different type of gin, by the way.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay. And that is a 24 to hit.
A 24 will hit him.
And it does... Gosh, sorry. It's been a minute.
Oh, I gotta roll concentration checks, by the way. Cory, I gotta roll concentration checks.
Oh, yeah.
I think one was 11, one was...
One was 28, and the other one was 17 damage. So you need a 10 or lower, or a 10 on one, and then a 14 on the other.
17 damage.
17 damage?
Crit.
Okay.
And then
30, 20.
I'm going to do my Archer Starry Form against him. But it's with disadvantage because it's a ranged attack and he's next to me.
Mm-hmm.
So that is a 20 to hit, a dirty 20.
Dirty 20?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, that'll hit.
Okay. For
Sorry, I'm just reading up on it.
only 7 more damage.
7 more damage. Okay.
But I want to push him with that.
Okay.
Can I try to
Yeah.
anyway? I'm gonna push him. I can only go 5 feet.
Is there a save that he gets on that?
Nope.
Okay,
it's
you
just
said
a, it's just
you
a
said try
crusher.
to.
It's a
So,
oh, sorry.
yeah.
I just wasn't sure if he, like the way when he was first summoned, that made me think that he was like not fully in this plane or something.
He's kind of floating in the air. The whirlpool is the standard like genie tail almost for them.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
So it just crusher feet just pushes him 5 feet. If
Yep.
they're
And he
large
just
or
gets
small.
kind of knocked back. You see it kind of like interrupts the water a little bit. Yeah. So there you go.
And that's, you know what? Actually, I'm gonna move 5, 10, so that they'll still be within 15 feet of me,
Okay.
each of them. But I'm outside of the black tentacles.
Okay. Sounds good.
And that's my turn.
Okay. The next person to go is the other Etaquathan. They're going to come through the door, try and squeeze through their ally. We'll see if they actually make it. They do not make their save against the caltrop, so they take 1 piercing damage. Doesn't that
there's
stop
more.
them?
There's more.
Yeah.
So they. Oops, that's not ball bearings. Is
Oh,
the wrong
no.
one. Caltrops is
They have to.
15 dex saving throw, or they stop moving this turn and take 1 piercing damage.
Okay.
Taking this damage reduces the creature's walking speed by 10 feet until the creature regains at least 1 hit point.
Okay. And they do make their save against the web, so they're kind of like.
So not restrained, but they're still.
Yeah, they've stopped. Yep. And they're just going to throw their harpoon out at. You know what? Wynn is right there in their line of sight. And they rolled a natural 1. Wynn deflects the harpoon into the ground.
Order of the Broken Harpoon.
Yep. Perfect. And then it is the other one is dead. Then it's the Marin's turn. And he looks around and he sees that that you're actively attacking him now. So he's like, no compunctions.
He'll take 22 damage, barring a wisdom save.
He
19.
does not make his save, so 22.
Yeah. For this round.
He goes, I suppose, since you freed me from that bottle, I will give you what you desire. And he is going to snap his fingers, and all of you can see all of these tiny little bolts in the back of this room start popping out, and more water starts just flooding in. So the water level is going to raise by 20 feet.
Oh.
So, because that is the wonderful, wonderful way that command water works, or control water. It says that you can cause the water level of all standing water in the area to rise by as much as 20 feet.
Whew.
Yep. So everybody is basically flooded underneath the water.
Okay.
You'll have to start making, well, we'll say that if you get hit, you'll make concentration or constitution saving throws to avoid getting the air knocked out of you, for those of you who have to breathe. And then as far as it goes, I think breathing underwater, I think the rule is a minute per something or other.
I'm going to look it up right now.
Okay, thank you. Appreciate it. And that is his turn. And so he basically fills up this room almost to the top. And Bolt, because you're going next, we'll just say that you notice it first. It fills up to the top, but then it kind of starts flowing back down a little bit, because there is still a door open, and it is basically rushing out into that room.
Okay. Now, do I start in the tentacle thing?
You do indeed. Oh, technically you did as well. Would you give me that dexterity saving throw for the half damage against the tentacles?
It was, let's see,
Thank you for reminding me.
14 plus
Yes.
2 is 16.
16. You make your save,
Okay.
and you only take 7 bludgeoning damage.
Okay.
14.
14. You make your save, and you only take 7 bludgeoning damage.
Am I restraining or anything?
No. Nope, that's only if you fail. And they actually...
7 poison.
Yep, they actually have a low...
And then I'm going to move here.
Okay.
And
They're going to take... the big guy's going to take an opportunity attack against you.
Okay.
And that is 13.
Misses.
They try and snap at you again as you back off.
I backhand their jaw. Break a tooth.
They've got more. Another one just goes...
Boost the sneeze.
Yeah, shark's teeth growing.
Yep. No, actually, sharks have all of their teeth, and when one gets pulled out or lost, the others just like shift forward. But they don't like regrow teeth.
I'm sure it's not like instant.
No.
It probably takes a while.
This guy's instant.
Yeah.
He's
all baned up.
Yeah.
He's all jacked up on Mountain Dew.
Let me read you some things about underwater combat.
Wonderful.
When making a melee weapon attack,
Oh yeah, technically you are slowed.
if you don't have a swimming speed, you have disadvantage on the attack roll unless the weapon is a dagger, a javelin, a short sword, a spear, or a trident.
Basically
So
piercing.
you're good.
Yeah.
A ranged weapon attack automatically misses a target beyond the weapon's normal range, and even against a target within normal range, it has disadvantage unless it's a crossbow, a net, or a weapon. A net, that's funny. I mean, that doesn't make sense, but
Yeah.
crossbow, a net, or a weapon that is thrown like a javelin, including a spear, trident, or dart.
Okay.
We all have. All creatures are resistant to fire damage, and
Throwing a
that's
net
all it says there. So I need
above
to find
water
holding
is one
breath.
thing. Throwing a net underwater.
Yeah, exactly. Like it seems like it wouldn't go, but whatever.
Is your speed reduced, I guess? Probably
It doesn't
like,
say.
So
there.
swimming, if you can't swim, it is half speed.
Elephants
if you don't have
can
a
jump
swim
higher
speed.
than cats, so
just clump across the bottom.
I'll pull it up here.
Interesting. So melee. So and that swimming speed, like other than just like being someone who can swim, right? So it'd be like your
Yeah,
fault, then
basically you have to
swimming
have like a
speed.
swim speed specifically. Let's see.
And movement when you're underwater, I assume is at disadvantage. Is that right? So, or not disadvantage, but like rough terrain, half speed.
Yeah.
Let me check. It's half speed.
Okay.
He was saying. Yeah, it is. It is difficult terrain. For climbing, swimming, and crawling, each foot of movement costs 1 extra foot, 2 extra feet in difficult terrain. So if it's double difficult, and in fact, we'll get back to that in just a moment here, because there are other things to know about the big guy. So
Right.
you go back.
So it says a character can hold their breath for a number of minutes equal to 1 plus their Constitution modifier.
Okay.
So whatever your Constitution modifier is, plus 1.
Yep. And basically, what we'll do is, if you get hit, we'll have you roll a Constitution saving throw, much like a concentration check.
Okay.
And if you fail, you basically will lose like 1 minute of air.
Okay.
Because getting hit underwater would definitely take some air from you, and it makes it a little bit more harrowing than just I can breathe for 50 rounds, basically, or hold my breath for 50 rounds. So, going back to the fight here, Bolt, at the start of your turn, I need you to make me a Constitution saving throw against this merc.
It's poison, right?
It is
So I get
poison.
advantage.
Yep.
And that is a 27.
Okay, 27. You are good. And then, oh no, and then you can just move. It's not difficult terrain. It's just underwater, so it'll just cost 2 feet per. So it's half speed.
Half speed.
Yep, move at half speed, right?
And I don't get extra speed for being big, unfortunately. Which is dumb, but okay. So I'll go 5, 10, 15, and get right next to him.
Okay, right next to the Merid.
Yeah. Or, yeah, right there. And then it's disadvantage on attacks unless it's piercing.
It's like a dagger or a spear,
which I
trident
don't
or
really
something.
have, but I can absolutely grapple.
Okay,
That's true.
Try to grapple them. So
that's very true.
versus
24.
30. 31.
Okay. Yeah, you grab the Merid.
And then If I prone him, that means you can't hit him very well, but Victor could.
True. If you could get up to him.
I will. I'll try to punch it. Just to try to if he decides to attack anyone else, I'll have some disadvantage if it works.
Okay.
But that's with disadvantage because it's just a regular punch. Still not bad. 25.
That'll hit.
I don't get advantage because I'm grappling him, do I?
No.
Darn. 25. And then I'll do the extra damage this turn because I'm big.
Okay.
18 thunder damage.
18 thunder damage.
Which does more underwater because
does it have
shockwaves
to make a concentration check?
It does actually, yes, because control water is a concentration spell. It does make it save. Technically, it was only a 10 that it needed. So, so you grab it and then you just punch the bird right.
I grab and I into my own pulse.
Pull the two together.
Yeah.
Perfect. And it lets out a little. Oof. Watch it now.
It's underwater, ooh.
Actually, he can breathe and speak just fine.
Still,
yeah.
Whatever air was in his lungs.
Then it is Wind's turn, and they are going to make the saving throw against.
And that was very loud for everyone because we're underwater.
Yeah.
So.
Actually, they are immune to poison as a construct. So they are just going to.
I wish I was immune to poison.
Then you wouldn't be a person.
You already don't think I am.
Are they right next to the big guy?
They're 5
feet away.
Okay, they are. Oh, they have to also make a dexterity saving throw against the tentacles.
Yep.
Which they do not.
10 tickles.
So they are going to take 13 bludgeoning damage. I believe that restrains them.
I think so.
Ivards. Yep. So. How much damage did I say? 13?
Roll the tape back.
I always forget.
Don't put your dice away until you're done.
Yep. 13, and they are restrained. Yep. Excuse me? Where did my...
Excusez-moi?
Oh, there it is. Okay.
Like this big toothy grin on here.
13, but they still had your 9 temporary hit points, right?
Yes.
Okay.
And 10 more mega or extra hit points
Nope.
if it counted for.
It was only you 3, right?
Correct.
Yeah.
It's just 3 people that get aid.
Okay. Well, they are restrained. They don't have any sort of ranged attacks. They're just gonna. They go to move, and the tentacles just wrap around them and start slamming them down into the ground.
Okay.
Beauty God.
The one in the back is going to swim in and up, very back.
Oh, there's another one.
Yeah,
That we're not seeing.
This is
What?
no.
The one
This
that you
you
put
said
the
this one
marker
came.
on.
They goes through.
No, there's two. There were 2 males.
Well, you didn't.
One
We
so-
killed
female.
one, I thought.
Yep. And then there was a female, and then the big guy.
Oh,
Yeah. So we need one more
male.
male.
number
That's going
one.
to swim
The one you
so-
said, Marcus.
No,
number
sorry.
one.
So that one is the male.
The one that came in the door.
The one that came in the door is the male.
Got it.
The female was the one in the back.
She's the one that cast Everard's black tentacles.
Correct.
Got it.
Yep. And so
This
one.
Yep.
The
She
male.
swims in.
She's going to swim in. She's got to actually make her save. She's not going to have to make her save against the caltrops because unfortunately they're just floating through the water now.
But the web would be.
Did you choke on one?
They float.
She actually
Stuck in
does
the
not
gills.
make her save against the web, and she gets caught in the barbed wire.
Well,
So she is going to be restrained, which is not fun for her.
This is why we don't pollute our oceans. I'm just kidding. Captain Planet.
The web this time is just a bunch of 6-pack rings.
Yeah.
Save
the turtles.
A whole mass of 6-pack rings. They're all like.
To this day, I still cut those every time.
Me too. It was the best marketing campaign ever.
So she is going to kind of take her hand and create almost an air bubble. And you see, actually, she creates 2 of them, and they're kind of these air bubble rings like you see dolphins make, except for inside there is like zapping electricity kind of coursing through it. And she's going to send one at Alomah and one at Bolt. Now this is a ranged spell, so it is with disadvantage because she's restrained, right?
All room.
Okay. So that is only an 11 against Alomah.
Yes.
And then even lower against Bolt. Yeah.
I was gonna say, and it hits.
So they both like go overhead, and they, as soon as they like get near you, you duck underneath them, and they pop, and you can see this like crackle of electricity and,
I pull the
and thunder kind of roar out through them, and they kind of make you stumble forward a bit.
Okay.
So.
I pull the genie in front of
Okay, and then she is going to just maintain her concentration. And Victor, it is your turn.
Right.
I need you to roll me a dexterity saving throw, please.
Dex save. That's
Not, sorry, not a dex save, a
Con.
save.
con save. Okay. So Constitution, it's a 12, and my +3, 15.
15? No, that is not a success.
Okay.
So you are going to take 9 poison damage, and you are poisoned for 1 minute.
Okay, that's crappy. Yeah, conditions.
That means you have disadvantage on your attacks, basically.
Yep.
Poisoned.
Is there anything else?
Attacks and ability checks. Yep.
Okay. That new information.
I'm going to take as my bonus action. I'm going to take my Quathin blade.
Okay.
And I'm going to basically use my bonus action to kind of throw it out the door and let it be taken by the current. And for my action, I am going to actually use a spell. I'm going to use Cloud of Daggers in the doorway.
Okay.
So hopefully hitting, because they're in the doorway, right? This person.
The other priest, yeah, she got caught in
Would
the
I
door.
hit her and him?
You could,
yes.
That's
Yep.
what I'd be
Put it
aiming
between
for,
them.
is basically just put that, yeah.
Okay.
So,
All right, and that's at the start of their turn.
Maybe
Right?
at the start of their turn.
Okay.
Movement. I'll just stay there. Yeah, that's it.
Okay. The
Let's go
big
for
guy
it.
goes next.
He
Starts
has,
his
to,
turn.
he has to take. You have to do a dex save.
Yep.
16.
Dex save
So
16.
it's
He's
17
stuck in
now,
webs.
I think.
Okay, he makes his save against the daggers.
Okay.
I think it's just half damage.
Yeah. They changed it here, so now I can't access it in my spell slot.
Okay.
Can be.
And then he rolled an 18 against the webbing. So he is,
Bites through some of the
yeah.
6-pack reams.
I'm just gonna look it up.
Spirit Guardians. He does make a save against the spirit, so
He'll
just
take
11.
11.
Okay.
11.
Yeah, Cloud of Daggers, 60 feet. Concentration is concentration daggers.
44.
44 slashing damage when it enters the spell's area for the first time. Or if it starts at the turn there, there's no
There's no save?
save.
Okay, so we'll go ahead and roll 4d4 for me. And then he is going to swim forward. And Big Bruce over there, we'll just call him Bruce. He's gonna swim forward until he is
10.
10. You take 10 slashing damage. He is in front
Negative
of
concentration.
Victor, so he doesn't have to swim very far.
You can't get out of the web, though, technically.
He is going to make a bite attack at Victor,
Okay.
which is
Considered a melee attack.
yes. So is it disadvantage on attacks
It's if you don't have a swim speed.
if you don't have a swim speed? But it's not like
Yes.
it's not advantage against creatures that don't have a swim speed, right? Okay, just making sure on that.
Yeah. Ocean puns, making sure.
Making sure. So that's going to be a 27 to hit.
That hits, and I will trigger my reaction of Dancer's Rebuke with 3 performance points.
Okay.
So it needs to make a DC dex save. Basically, as a reaction, as he bites, I'm going to send 3 of the daggers into his face.
Okay.
So he needs to make it. It's a DC 17.
Does not make his save.
Okay, and he'll take 2d6. So he needs to make a save for each of the points I used, and then for each of those that he
does not make any of his saves.
Okay, so it'll be
6d6.
Yeah.
Damage. Slicing in as he starts like his jaws start coming down towards you. You're just like knife, right? Like piercing right through his cheek.
That's 22 damage.
22 damage.
And that's
He goes the bite down, and it's like.
And then you
How much
take
damage?
29 damage from the bite. And then Alomah, there is a claw attack coming at you.
Okay. Does he have reach?
Yes, he does.
Okay.
10 feet.
make sure.
12.
Yes.
And then the other claw is also a 12.
Yes.
Okay, so yeah, daggers throw him off, and he's able to only like graze your armor, your iron leaf armor, and then he is going to whip out his hand again, and that kind of like same murky blackness comes around, and is going to grab a bolt to try and pull you towards him.
15 feet away? 20 feet away, technically?
So, launches a spout of water. One creature can see within 60 feet of it. You need to give me a strength saving throw, and you have disadvantage if you are underwater.
Alright, so I have advantage on strength saving throws.
So it's just a
it's
base
just
roll.
regular.
Yep.
28.
28. So you make your save, you're not pulled, and you do take 10 acid damage as this basically like scrapes against your...
Sorry, not 28. My bad. That was athletics.
Oh. Strength saving throw.
Yeah.
23. 20. Still safe.
Yep. How much?
10 acid damage. And then as a bonus action, you can see him just start like whipping his feet around, and he is creating a deep undertow. So all water within 60 feet of him is now difficult terrain for other creatures as well. So it'll be 3 feet of movement per 1 foot instead of 2. Alomah.
Okay. I'm going to... Let's see here. Yeah, I'm just gonna do a Thorn Whip attack on Homie.
On Homie.
On Homie. That's a 28 to hit.
28 will hit.
And I'm gonna do...
Restrained in my blood.
12 damage.
12 damage. Okay. They make their Constitution saving throw.
For...
The Merid, right?
Yeah. For what?
The concentration, sorry.
Oh, concentration check.
Yep.
Okay. I'm like, I didn't do anything that requires a Constitution saving throw. And the next attack is a 18 to hit.
18?
Strike form.
18 will hit, yep.
Okay. And that's just for 12 damage.
12 damage, okay. And they do make their concentration check on that as well.
Okay. Yeah. Alright. That's it.
Okay, sounds good.
I'm going to roll my next wave of...
The other shark is going to start its turn and try to break free. It does not break free from the... And it already used its harpoon, so it is just going to struggle in the barbed wire.
Nice.
No, the soda rings.
Soda rings, that's right. Yeah.
Soda rings and straws, plastic straws.
The Merid goes next.
So it's a wisdom save 19.
Wisdom of 19. They do not make their save.
21 damage.
21 this time. And then they have to roll their concentration check, which is a 10.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep, they make their save. Their
Now,
concentration.
do they need to save against black tentacles?
No. Wait, no, it is any creature. Yeah, they'll have to make their save against black tentacles. And they do. Thank you for reminding me.
Mm-hmm.
So it's only half damage on that. 6 damage. And technically they do need to make a concentration check. And they make it. No worries there. They are going to... They're going to use their action to start swirling the water around and make a whirlpool.
I am grappling them, by the way, so if any of this matters.
Nope. They just start making a whirlpool in the room. Basically, forms a vortex that is 5 feet wide at the base, which will be at basically where they came from, and up to 50 feet wide at the top, 25 feet tall. Any creature or object in the water and within 25 feet of the vortex is pulled 10 feet towards it. A creature can swim away from the vortex by making a strength athletics checks against the spell save DC. So I think
that's everybody.
Yep, as far as it goes, it'll be like 5 feet and then 10 feet and then 20 and 25, etc. So I think that so far Wynn and Bolt are in the vortex, actually, and Alomah. Well, no, not Alomah. And then everybody else gets pulled 10 feet towards it. So we'll go ahead and grab strength saving throws from everyone, please.
Strength's my best.
We'll have you guys do that now.
Woo! 11!
6.
I rolled a 1 and a crit on an advantage roll.
All the enemies make their save. You said 11?
Yeah.
11 is not a save, so you'll be pulled 10 feet towards the vortex. And into it. Bolt, what was yours again?
It was a crit, but a 27.
Okay, you're good.
6.
6. You are also pulled towards the vortex and into it. So the two of you that were pulled into it will take
Question.
damage. Here.
My
Yes.
blades that I've thrown out, how would they be in the water? Usually I would throw them to a place. What would they do?
Basically, because you control them magically, they kind of would just like hover where you want them to
So
be.
in this case, they're not like being sucked into the vortex too.
No. Well, just for this.
Quick,
for the
everyone
ease
get
of
in the
this.
vortex
Yeah.
and then click the immovable rod. And let it just... Because it's going to stay there and they're all going to beat against it.
Okay, 10 bludgeoning damage to everybody caught in the vortex then at that point, which I think does include Bolt still. If it's 5 feet at the bottom and then 10 feet, like if it starts going 5 feet up each time. Yeah. Scott, take 10 bludgeoning damage too.
Well, I'm a
Actually-
commoner, so I'm dead.
Yeah, you're a commoner.
10 bludgeon?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
You're tempted to drink underwater without letting your breath out. I have not. Like I'm thinking like a potion of healing, right? So you're underwater. How can I drink a potion of healing underwater?
Okay. Alrighty.
Smash on your head, and then just
Snort it.
Alright, perfect.
Stick it in a wound that you've already got. Just let it drain.
Bolt, you begin your turn.
Yes.
You're in the vortex.
And in the tentacles.
Yes. So make me a strength saving throw against the vortex first.
and in the Nautilus, and in the bottom of the ocean.
And a hole in the bottom of the sea.
22.
22. Okay. So you are just going to take half damage, but you're not caught up in the. What does it specifically say? Of course, I have to use the most complicated thing for this. Starts his turn. It must make a strength saving throw. On a failed, it takes bludgeoning damage and caught in the vortex until the spell ends. On a successful save, the creature takes half damage and isn't caught in the vortex. A creature caught in the vortex.
So I wasn't caught in the first place then.
No, you weren't caught in the first place.
So I could take my 10 bludgeoning back.
Well, you were in the vortex. You weren't just caught in it.
So the damage is whatever. There's always there.
Yeah. So you're just gonna take half for this, because it's just like swirling everything around, and so just take 4 bludgeoning damage, and then you can take your turn as normal.
Okay. Tentacles.
Oh yes. Roll me a dexterity saving throw.
Dex.
Yep.
9.
9. You are caught in the tentacles, so you're gonna take the damage, and you are restrained, which is just 4 damage.
And I have to do a strength check to get out of them at the end of my turn.
Restrained by the tentacles, starts the turn. Can use its action to make a strength or dexterity check to free itself.
Okay, I will make a strength check to free myself.
Okay.
So advantage on that. That's 17.
17. Yeah, you You manage to.
And I'm gonna use.
Like they grapple you, and you just kind of. Oh.
Yeah. And I'm gonna use my movement. And you said it was 3 to 1.
3 to 1. Yep.
So I get 10 feet of movement.
Yep.
5.
Are
10.
you letting go of the Merid?
Yes, I would have to move the full amount.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I would have half of that. So
Yep.
5. But I want to get out of the tentacles and the vortex.
Okay.
So on the edge of it.
Sounds good.
And then I'm gonna action surge and grab the Merid again.
Push it into the vortex.
Yeah, its face.
The tentacles.
That is a 29. What is he roll?
29? Oh.
One day you'll
You
get
win.
this.
Okay, yeah, he is grappled.
Okay.
And then you can do what you like.
Attack again.
Smack him.
Yep.
Okay, roll the attack.
Oh, it's a disadvantage. So that or that. Take the lower one. That's
Yeah,
still
you
a
will.
24.
24 will hit.
For 16 thunder damage.
16.
I need to roll concentration, by the way.
Okay, yeah.
So that 10 damage, I need to roll
It
more
makes
higher
its
than 10.
concentration.
19. So
19 is good. Okay.
So it's grappled, has disadvantage on attacks other than me.
Oh, I guess Wynn could have. She did not make her because she didn't spend her turn doing anything. She could have just tried to free herself. Thank you. And then it is their turn again.
Hey, wait a minute. I had no. I did everything. I couldn't-
We
couldn't do anything else.
talked about you not having too many bonus.
I have no
actions.
bonus actions.
So they are going to take 11 bludgeoning damage at the start of their turn.
Actually, I'm going to use defensive field again
Okay.
for my bonus.
Two.
Yeah, get another 9 too.
And then they are going to.
But no one else gets them.
They are going to break out of the tentacles. Finally, manage to free themselves, and they can move 30 feet. So they can only move 10, and they are just going to.
go to the restraint guy.
Yeah,
They
basically.
can move like here.
Yep, that is where they're going to have to go, basically, to get out of the tentacles.
And out of the web.
Okay. And that is their turn. Next is the priest. And she is, yeah. I mean, she's been casting magic, so. She's going to take some damage
Now, is
from
the water
knives.
so?
Yes,
Okay.
she has,
How many rounds has it been as the water started flowing out?
So it is basically, right now it is being controlled by the Merid, so it is not dropping significantly enough to change.
But it's not creating a pressure out the door that she has trouble. Like it's a difficult terrain to get back in, even though she can swim. But it's like
Yeah, actually, we'll say it is difficult terrain for her. That's fine.
11 damage.
11 damage. Okay.
then she has to make her dex save.
Yeah, has to
For the
make a
web.
dex save for the web. She does not, so she's restrained.
Nice.
So she's just going to make a pair of attacks, one on Victor and one on Alomah. Again, these are these.
What? Oh, okay. Just ranged attacks.
Yeah, these are these circles of lightning.
Okay, but
Ooh,
with disadvantage, is that restraint?
Yes.
Con save would be considered an ability check, right?
No, that's the same
It's the
throw.
same throw.
Okay, just make sure.
Against Victor, it is a 14,
Misses.
and against Alomah, we've got a 16.
Yes.
Okay.
That's right.
Oh, they can control water too. Nice. Victor,
Okay.
it is your turn.
I am going to disapparate and reapparate using my bonus action.
The tentacles are gone, by the way. They did not maintain their concentration. Okay, so you said you wanted to teleport?
Yes, I'm going to teleport to. I'm going to switch places with this blade.
Okay. So I will say that basically you are probably like hip deep in
The water's
rushing
coming back.
water.
Can I see any, like, in the water shimmer in front of me? Can I see this guy?
Yep.
Alright, I'm going to stab out at him. And that's with disadvantage because I'm making an attack. I have
But
poison.
she is restrained, so it is just a regular.
That's right. So it's just regular. So if it's just regular, that is going to be a 22 to hit.
22 will hit.
And this is going to be with Gnaw, so it's going to be with a +7. So
Gnaw,
1d4
man.
+7. And then 8. So that is 8 damage. No sneak attack on this one.
Okay.
Yeah, I think that's it.
Sounds good.
So I'll take a breath.
Yes, you're disadvantaged because you're poisoned.
Yes, I have disadvantage towards poison, and if she's restrained and that gives me advantage, it'd be negated because there's no double disadvantage.
Just checking here.
That's why I like.
I think you have to make another
-2.
saving throw.
Do you get rid of the poison?
Yeah, well, not to get rid of the poison, but to see if you take more poison damage.
More poison damage. Okay.
No, never mind. No, it's only the once. Sorry, I'm reading it wrong.
Okay.
Okay, so you're good.
Yep.
Then it is Bruce's turn. Big Bruce. And he is going to. You've disappeared, so he's just going to surge forward towards.
Does he have
Alomah.
to make his?
He does indeed
restraint
have
check
to.
first.
A restraint check,
Yeah, Dex
which he makes.
16.
Yep.
Oh, and he's gonna take.
Ooh, he rolled double natural ones against your spell effect, though.
Oh,
so
nice.
what was the damage?
21.
21.
He had advantage on that.
He has advantage against magical effects and spells. He's got that magic resistance. Yep. And then, yeah, he's going to rush towards you. Make
Okay.
a trio of attacks.
Looking forward to this.
We've got a...
On the bite,
Yep.
I'm gonna. Oh, you know what? I haven't done my wheel or woe yet,
Okay.
so I don't know if it's wheel or if it's woe. It's even, so it's wheel.
Okay.
Um,
Which is a bonus. So he's coming at you with the bite attack.
I'm going to use Warding Flare to impose disadvantage.
Okay.
That's just on one attack.
Yeah.
Then we've got a 21 to hit.
Miss.
Disadvantage. And then claw number 1 is a 15.
Miss.
Claw number 2 is a 13.
Miss.
And then he is going to also try to grab at Bolt again. Oh no, you have to make a strength saving throw.
13.
13. So he grabs you, you'll take 20 acid damage, and he pulls you 60 feet towards him. So he's going to pull you all the way towards him, which breaks your grapple.
And that's 20, so I can make a succeed on my con.
Yeah. Okay. And then, again, bonus action, he's going to continue that kind of undertow. So it's all still difficult terrain.
Okay.
Alomah, it is your turn. Would you give me a strength saving throw as you are in the vortex?
5.
5? Okay. So you will take... What was that one? Go ahead and take 7 bludgeoning damage.
Okay.
And then you can try and escape out of the vortex by using your action, but it is disadvantage.
I'm not going to do that.
Okay.
I'm going to try and kill this stupid genie. Alright. So I'm going to... yeah, just... You know what? I'm gonna... Well, now I've got somebody next to me.
I like how I nullified your fireball plan that you probably had.
Yeah, I did.
Lightning ball.
I don't like how you did that. I'm going
Agree to disagree.
I'm going to use Thorn Whip on Bruce.
Okay.
Actually. And so that is a 27 to hit.
27 will hit.
And that is all of...
And that was with disadvantage, right?
No, because Thorn Whip's a melee attack.
I thought melee attacks had disadvantage unless they were specific types.
Weapons.
Weapon.
But that's not a weapon
Okay.
attack, it's a spell.
Perfect.
Magic. 13.
13 damage.
Plus
Here, calm down.
5, so 18.
Have an M&M.
18 damage. And then I'm going to push him 5 feet.
Okay.
Back into web. So he has to make a save as soon as he
Nice.
enters.
Dex of 16.
He makes it.
Okay. And then I'm going to... Let's see, I'm caught in the vortex. And it was my action to... And I already used my action.
Yep.
So I'm just going to turn to Homie here and bonus action Starry Form him again.
Okay. Sounds good.
Come on and break your stupid concentration, you weenie. I'm going to use Inspiration. because that was a really bad roll. 29 to hit.
29 will hit.
For a massive 10 damage.
Okay, 10 damage. They do not break their concentration.
And this round, my little... Oh man, those were some bad rolls. 12 damage is all for this round on my
Spirit Guardians.
My Spirit Guardians.
Is that all?
That's it.
Yep, the marrow... not marrow. I'm using marrow's template. Haha. The Adequathan that is restrained
behind the scenes.
The Murloc.
does not make his save, and he's going to spend his turn. Oh, although, is there somebody next to him now?
Nope.
Nope.
5 feet
Okay.
away.
Then he's just going to spend his turn struggling again, trying to break free. And then it is the Marin's turn.
Saving throw.
Which
Saving
you're
throw.
talking about this one, right?
Yes.
That one, this
Wisdom
one.
19.
Then they make it this time, actually.
So they take 6 damage.
Ooh, 6 damage. And they make their concentration check. Let's see.
Yeah, let's do this thing half.
The Marin is going to bring his hands down, and he is going to thrust one of them out at you.
Okay.
Give me a dexterity saving throw, please.
It's a 14.
14 is not enough. So you're going to take 20 bludgeoning damage, and you are pushed 20 feet into the...
Actually, no.
Oh, you're going to take it?
Yep.
Okay.
Armor. Take the damage.
Take the damage.
Thanks.
So 10.
Yep. Which... How does that work? You only take the damage, not the effects, right?
I believe so.
Okay.
Rise, shield, and luck. Yeah, when a creature you see within 5 feet of you takes damage, you can use a reaction to take that damage instead of the creature taking it. When you do, the damage type changes force.
Okay. Yeah, so you just take the damage. So as you go flying through the water and basically hit the wall, and you're going to be knocked prone. So 20 feet knocked prone.
So, like, where?
Yep, right over...
Like over here?
Over there, yep.
Behind Bruce?
Okay.
Or?
Yep, knocked prone.
Here.
Basically,
At least I'm out of the vortex.
Bolt like reaches out and the Ald still kind of surrounds you and creates a protective cushion that...
We are Groot.
Look
Yeah.
at the best.
And then he's going to back up. The Marid is to the back of the room. And that is his turn. Bolt, it is your turn. You are in the vortex again, so please give me a strength saving throw.
Uh, 25.
Okay. You make your save, just take 5 damage, bludgeoning. And you're not caught up in it, so you can just move freely out of it.
I want to do something, but it's probably not a good idea in the water.
Do it.
Hold on. I will roll a wisdom check for this.
Roll a YOLO check.
Okay.
He wants to lightning bolt.
I won't lightning bolt. I realize we're underwater, even though I'm not very happy with this. I was going to turn on and just...
Did you get rid of your chain whip?
Yeah, I got rid of it. I swapped it out for something else.
For
Firebolt. No, it was actually
mending. Yep.
Yeah, so I'm never mending.
Well, punching Bruce, at least giving him disadvantage would be nice.
Yeah, I'm gonna punch Bruce.
Try to punch Bruce.
Or you could even try and grapple him.
I can.
He
do
probably
both.
has a high strength, but
Let's try to grapple him.
Boop him on the nose.
24.
You grapple him.
nice.
And then I'm going to try to punch him. This is a disadvantage. Thank you, dice. 10 and 11. 23.
23 will hit.
Nice.
For 16 damage.
Yep, you like grab the back of his head and you bring your knee up and just like slam your knee into it.
Bless you.
Okay. Sorry, how much was the
I'm
damage?
allergic to sharks. 16. 16. Or, well, sorry. 13 thunder damage, 5 big damage.
Yeah.
I think it's just
Five
standard.
bludgeoning.
5 big damage.
Yes.
Big damage.
8 damage, and then
And
she is...
she's not concentrating on anything, so no.
No. She's going to turn around and she's just going to make a pair of Thunderbolt attacks against Victor, sending well-practiced lightning through the water. First one's a natural 1, and the second one is a 12.
Miss.
So, nothing.
Dodge
Big
roll.
ball of nothing.
They
Victor
do
is
lightly
your turn.
obscure the area, by the way. The webs do,
Oh, okay.
if that matters.
Victor?
Okay.
Your turn.
I will make an attack against my restrained enemy.
Okay.
Did she also take damage from the
Yeah, she just
blade?
Yeah, the
roll?
spinning blades.
Okay.
I'm gonna use my bonus action to call back all my blades and say, "It is time to have some sushi." And so, this one will hit him and her.
Okay.
And then there's 1, 2, 3, 4 that are gonna hit her, and that's a DC of 17 Dex for each. And I
So
think
the
I
one
can
that
pull up
hits
to 5 back.
Bruce. Oh, sorry, it is late.
Bruce gives him a bruise.
The one that hits Bruce fails, so he's going to take the
Okay.
damage there. And then how many are hitting her?
She has 5 total that she gets hit by. The 2, hold on, there's a plus on that one. I
And
think my
then what is the DC on that again?
17.
She fails all of them, so she's going to take 5d4.
5d4, and then I think there was a. Those all hit, so none of those were honed edge blades, and. Sorry, I'm just making sure because in here when I pull it back, there's a DC. So plus my int. That's what So.
I think
5d4
we determined whichever ability, like secondary ability, you decided
Yeah,
to
it'd be
use.
wisdom for me technically.
Okay.
So
Yeah,
that's
because that was back when I was
15 plus
I was
4,
not-
so 19.
19 total damage.
Total damage across for her, and then I guess the first one that came through was a 4.
Okay, so 5 total damage.
4 plus 4, 8. 8 total
8
to him.
total to Bruce. Okay.
Yep.
Yep. And then that was a bonus action.
Yep. Now I'm gonna make my action. I'm just gonna stab at her with one of those blades with a natural 20.
Nice. Very nice.
Do I have wait, hold on. Do I have disadvantage?
Nope.
No, because you had
She's restrained
advantage.
too.
She's restrained.
She's restrained. It's just a straight roll. Yep.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. So it's gonna be fun. This is gonna be with. I'm gonna use. We'll say miss. No, I already used miss.
You don't get to use your
Hold 'em
sneak
back.
attack
It's the
because you didn't have
Advantage.
No,
you didn't
correct,
have
correct.
advantage and you didn't have anybody within 5 feet.
So I'm gonna
Remember, we need one
Oh
alive.
wait, that was. Oops. I already rolled that. So this one's with a Sandman. So 1d4 plus 7. So that's going to be 11 damage. And then I'm going to roll the d4 again. So that's another 4. So that's going to be 15
Okay.
for the slash attack.
Okay.
And I think that's it.
Yeah, that is enough.
Nice.
So
Yeah, so all the blades come back, slice through her, and then you guys just see them all like pierce from behind in the front. As basically you just take the blades and make like knife hands and stab them right through her.
Victor's
Yep.
Yeah.
Perfect.
and I'll drop concentration on this because.
Yep. All right, the big guy goes next. Brucey.
Make his web save.
Dexterity is not a save.
Yeah.
He is restrained.
Woo!
And then against yours,
Oh, right.
he does make his save, so he'll
6
take
damage.
a whopping 6 damage. So restrained, so he's going to have disadvantage on attacks. He is just going to make a bite attack against Bolt, which is a 16.
Miss.
You know what? All of his attacks are coming at you. You restrained him. He doesn't know that, but you restrained him. 16 and an 11. So,
Miss.
and then he is going to.
I've got like one arm around his big head.
Yeah, he's
I'm
trying
booping him
to
in
bite
the
at
snoot.
you. Yeah, booping his snoot. And then one of the dark tendrils is going to come out and try and whip at Victor from the water.
Okay.
So you need to make me a strength saving throw.
That's a 14 plus my wondrous strength of -1. 13.
It was.
Oh, sorry. Save is a +1, so that's 15.
15. That is not enough. So you will take
What was that?
20.
Marid?
No, this is the big guy.
Okay.
Because he does the 3 attacks and then he does the grasping spout.
20 what?
20 acid damage.
Okay. Damage.
And then you are pulled up to 60 feet back into the room to him.
So make your
web.
make your web save.
Yep.
Web
You
save.
have
Dex of 16.
Dex, it's going to be my 15 plus my +5,
You
so
did.
20, yeah.
So
Difficult terrain though.
interesting. You would make it immediately on entering. Could you choose to fail the save and get caught up in the web to prevent the rest of the movement? Because if you're restrained,
Technically, anytime you
I
do
don't-
a saving throw, you can say
I don't think so. I think unless it's because there are spells and abilities that say a creature can choose to fail their save
Yeah.
if they want.
Okay.
But if it doesn't say that, I
Yeah.
don't know if they technically can.
okay.
I
But
don't
if you would have failed your save, it basically would have caught you and prevented the rest of the movement. I think that would be
That would be cool.
Yeah.
Well, you're the DM. You can do whatever you want.
yeah, that's fine. Alomah,
Okay. I'm gonna stand up.
okay, using half of your one
Half of
movement.
my move speed, and that leaves me with 5 more move speed.
Yep.
So I will move.
And that is with. So
Because I have
it's
15
difficult terrain.
Right, I'll have 15 feet of move speed, so I can move 5 total.
Yeah.
Right. So
Yep.
I'll move 5.
Okay, perfect.
It's just enough to let me try and thorn whip this stupid genie.
I'm just imagining Victor's sitting looking at all this water pouring out. He's trying to see what's going on.
That's a
inside, and this thing
21
goes,
to hit.
grabs him by the face.
21 will hit.
Okay.
Yeah.
It,
I like since it's a whirlpool, you throw it like into the leading edge of the
my
whirlpool,
gosh.
and it goes and wraps around him.
Yeah.
Okay, it does
Pulling.
7 damage.
7 damage.
And then-
They do make their concentration,
Okay, and it'll pull him 10 feet closer,
which is
so he'll be within range of my spirit guardians.
Yeah.
they do make their save against your spirit guardians.
Okay,
So
it's
6, or actually it's new, right?
Yeah, it's new.
That's better. 21
21, so
or 10. And then let's
I
see.
thought enemies always rounded up because they're enemies.
that was
I always just round down.
that was my action. For my bonus action, I will try to
Starry form?
Starry form. Hit him, but I have disadvantage.
Okay. And this is the Merid again.
Yes. That is a 16 to hit.
16 will not hit.
Okay. And that's it. That's my
Okay.
turn.
Then it is, hey, that one Edequathan that's been trapped this entire time. Can you get out yet?
Dex of 16? That's the face of no?
No. Now,
You were
do they
disappointed
make
before
an
you even
action to try and free themselves?
Yes, they can.
No, it is just restrained until it ends, isn't
No,
it?
no, they can
Oh.
make an action. Yeah,
Well, they failed that too. Don't even
That's
worry.
so I have to make a strength
It's a
check.
strength check on the
Uh,
action.
The Merid is going to go.
Takes damage from
That's
Spirit Guardians.
right. Yeah, that's correct. What was it again? 10?
21.
Nice.
Having his, because they made their
They
save.
made their save.
And they made their concentration check.
Gosh, this thing is a bag of hit points.
It really is. It's got a huge con. And then they are going to. He's going to look at you and he says, "You know, if you just take him out, we'll be gone."
I've been working so hard to kill you.
I can tell. He looks down at his body. He's got all these little like wounds and bruises. And he goes, "But he's the only thing keeping me here."
That's a sunk cost. I've spent like 7 rounds trying to kill this thing.
As an act of faith, and he disperses the vortex portion, and just like continues to kind of like fill up the water in here. And then it is Bolt's turn. That's all he's going to do. He won't make any other attack. He is going to back up out of the Spirit Guardians, actually.
Okay.
Back up.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Don't have to make a grapple
Thank you. No.
to maintain it.
Nope.
But I'm going to attack.
Okay.
And he's restrained. Thanks to Web. right?
Yes, so it's just a regular one.
Mhm.
Actually, yeah, because I'm still underwater. Ooh, that's only a 15.
Man. No, that will not hit.
That's a 16. That was the worst
Nope.
use of that.
That will also not hit. Second attack.
Second attack.
At the end of my turn, do I need to make poison saves?
No. After a minute, you'll have to make another one.
Okay.
No?
It was 16.
Okay. All right.
That was terrible.
We'll have Wynn try to make their attacks. Now, restrained... Yeah,
She'll have advantage.
She'll have advantage with restrained? I thought it was
restrained.
only if they were prone.
Mm-mm.
No,
No, restrained
she has
target
advantage.
has disadvantage on their attacks and attacks against them.
But
are
she's
made with advantage.
meleeing with.
Oh, that's right,
something
because
with
he's in the web.
disadvantage.
It's not just the...
Right.
It's not just the grapple, because the grapple doesn't provoke.
And the short
Right.
sword is it that one's with disadvantage, right? So it just cancels out.
Oh well, right. Yeah, she's underwater, so
Yeah. So it's just a straight roll. It's
So
one...
restraint also says the creature has a disadvantage on dex saves.
Oh, okay.
So when at the start of its round, do they suddenly become unrestrained, then have to make the check again, or are they still restrained and make the dex save at a disadvantage in the web?
Once they're in the web, unless they free themselves, they don't make another save. As far
right.
as I know.
Yeah, they don't save every round.
She actually does hit with her second attack.
Nice.
And she will do 10 damage to the creature. To Bruce. Priest is dead. Victor, hi. Welcome back to the water.
All right.
It is your turn.
Do I need to make a save?
You do need to make your save at the start of the turn for the webbing.
Dex save?
So, yeah,
Yes.
16. Actually, is it round 10?
It is still only round 9.
Okay.
Okay. So if it's a Dex save, then I am going to be looking at a brain. 12 plus 3, 15. Needs to be
Flash of genius.
Okay.
So you can go ahead and save.
You are saved.
saved. So I will, I guess, move around
Cut the things.
to get out over this way,
Okay.
and then I will stab at his face.
Stab it from Hell's Heart.
So that is a 19.
19?
Yep, that's using. Let's see, it's use snarl. Yeah.
That'll hit.
So 19, and that's just going to be 1d4 plus 7. So it's going to be 9. I'm going to re-roll that d4.
Okay. And then you also roll
And
sneak
hopes of
attack
higher
damage.
and sneak attack. So we've got. Dang it. It's a 1. So that's 1 less. 8. Shut up!
And then
it strikes again! And 25 sneak attack.
okay. So Victor, Bolt is holding this thing in the web, right in the barbed wire, struggling with it, and you just come swimming overhead. You bring your daggers down right into its head, and it finally ceases and collapses.
And in my head, I say, "Piercer's feet's the worst feat ever."
Bruce? This is Bruce?
This is Bruce. Yep, Bruce
Nice.
is gone. The Merid sighs in relief as kind of you feel like that kind of murkiness fade from the water, and you can see kind of it almost looks like a pallor kind of leave, and his skin gets a little bit more vibrant in color, and he goes, "Let me help you."
Help us out.
Podrick. Do we trust him?
Padre gives you
Did
kind of an
he drain the
indifferent-
water?
No. What he does instead, Padre gives kind of an indifferent, because Merid and Dao actually don't. They're not mortal enemies like Merid and
They're
Freets are,
ambivalent
but
towards
they're
each other.
just kind of You know, most Jinn don't get along with other types. And he's actually going to take the water, and he's going to lower it down in most places, hold it back from the bolts that are now gone, and he's going to take a bubble of it, and he's going to catch the other Etaquathan as it comes out of the web, and he's going to hold it there, and he's going to go, "You said you wanted one alive."
Yes.
Here we go.
I'm going to reach in. Can I reach into the bubble?
Yeah.
I'm going to reach in the bubble and grapple this one.
Okay.
So that it is
He
Take the time.
He has been failing saves all night. No worries there. And as you pull him out to question him, I think that's where we're going to have to end it tonight. So thank you everybody so much for joining. This session went long. Thank you so much for joining. Thank you to Syrinscape for the wonderful little extract brain.
Please
sounds
join us on Discord
that you
and at 7 o'clock Mountain Time on Twitch
Fridays.
and YouTube on Fridays. Also check the description for all the links that we do. Like, comment, subscribe. Merch.
You are
merch.
definitely eager to get out of here.
I just trying to do the thing.
If we get 100 thumbs up on this video, maybe Dallin will come back to life.
It's true.
Revivify.
We
That's what
need
it's gonna take.
we need that remove curse because
Cure disease, more like it.
Alomah only saves his remove curses for himself.
Yes.
Lay on
Absolutely.
hands.
Yes, there's a certain other member of your group that is cursed as well.
But until next time, everyone, you have a wonderful evening. Good night.
Thanks, guys.
Good night.
I forgot about that.
I love room combat, like lots of stuff in the room that can affect how things work. Not just slugfests or just pew pew.
Yeah.
Pew. I love oh yeah, you crash into that pile of barrels and now there's difficult terrain over there. And, you know, you knock over the oil lamp. Now there's fire on the corner. And,
Yep.
You know, I love that stuff.
That was definitely a one of the crazier fights that I've managed in a while.
That was fun.
It's hectic and fun.
Yeah.